What's going on, Gella? You moved it up. Aston B, I see you.
Welcome back to the most professional StarCraft 2 with the greatest player of all time in the red.
What is that? Yo, you playing? I don't know what that was, Aston B.
From the United.
That's your TV playing, Aston B. Juju, I see you, Juju. Juju, you just getting back in from that party, Juju.
No, I've been back. I packed my food to go. I
Oh,
watched the whole show at the house.
it's a good show, wasn't it? I enjoyed that, yo.
Yep, it was a very good show. A great job. Great job, you two.
That Joel got me pumped up earlier. Some sources. You missed it earlier, Joe. I used, I gave you credit for your sources, bro. That was a good one.
Hey, Fabian!
You broke it to there. Hey, Aston B. All right, we're going to go ready to start this show, man. Let's hit the chat. Let the people get in here, man. We had a nice little crowd over there, yo. I don't know. They had a lot of talking. Yes, we did. Had a lot of chatty in the patty. Yes, we did. All right. Let the people get in the room for a little bit, man. Gullah, where you at, Gullah? Gullah. 93 TVs in the building. Rock City, New York is in the building. From then till now was in the building. Ushamayak Ra. Sanefaru.
Good. What up?
What's up, Aston B? How you doing, man? What's on your mind, man? All right, man. Let's get this show started, man.
Bobby Banger from the block, seen it all raw tough. Streets of Baltimore where survival's always rough. Joined the Marines fighting for a life he could save. But back in the hood, he felt like a runaway slave. Started an army, not of guns but of wisdom. I'm a rock squad, truth the anthem, we ain't just a God killer. Bobby Banger on his path for the truth. Empower the people, give them wisdom as the proof. Black power rising, knowledge shines like a light. He's fighting for the future, ready to ignite. Selling drugs on the corner just to put food on plates, but deep in his heart, he knew he had greater fates. From the traps to the lab, he fights ignorance raw, teaching evolution while shaking up the law. The real black atheist is changing the game, waking up minds, never the same. God killer Bobby Banger on his path for the truth, empower the people.
Man, all right, man, we here, man. Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. Standing tall, standing strong. Hey, man, y'all know what it is, man. It's the after show, man. Man, will y'all get on the panel, man, talk about the last show we just had? It was a great one, man. Go ahead and download that, man. When you're on your trips, man, packed with a lot of information, man, just basically showing us how it is we're supposed to get to it, man. Look, I'm your host, man, Uncle God Killer, man. Shout out to all the pseudo killers, man. Shout out to all the people, man, that support me, man. I appreciate that, man. Y'all here, man. What it do? Hit the link, man. The panel is filling up fast, man. Y'all know what it is, man. All right, man. What's good with you? What's up, Souls? How you doing, brother? Happy holidays, man.
Hey, man. Happy holidays, man. Life is good.
Life is good, ain't it, man? Yeah. It's super good, right? We ain't sitting back acting all crazy. All right, so we got some commentary for the show, man. I thought that was we did our thing, yo. A little bit, man.
Yeah. It was a good bill. Like I said, I saw I pulled up on Smash Down a little bit earlier. I know we're gonna go that route. You know what I mean? It's the holidays. I'll pull through the support, the family,
right.
Shout out myself like that. But yeah, they was getting kind of stuff mixed up too. I was surprised Chef's move up. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Chef,
but anyway.
dang with the
Yeah. They ain't cooking with hot grease.
They ain't cooking with hot grease. Yeah, they cooking with the water bubbling.
Yeah.
They ain't even boiling on that subject. At least that's a
Nah,
hard one.
you know.
They
They
don't
got
get
the
that.
old they got the old grease from Church's Chicken.
Shit, I don't even know if they got the church chicken grease.
That's
I
that
do.
lard. They cooking with lard.
No, they
I
cook it
just
with
ordered some Church's chicken, by the way.
like they cook it with Twigs and Flintstone and shit.
You saying they
Oh
got a
damn! You saying
stone?
they real primitive?
They got a stone.
Good afternoon, stream.
Yeah,
Are they over there? They over there rubbing the rocks
What's
together? Yeah.
going on? What's going on,
yeah.
Austin B? How you doing, African? How you doing, brother? How
African
you feeling,
tastes,
Mr.
man.
Austin?
Peace to everybody on the panel,
Yeah,
man.
let's
Peace.
get it started, man. I see you got some articles in there, Aston B. You've been wanting
I'm
to talk
all
about
right.
this article for a while, though, man. How you doing, brother? What you want to talk about? Let's get it cooking. So you watched the last program, right? You had any issues with that?
I'm good. I'm suffering from the flu right now, but
Oh shit! You ain't get your
I
flu
just
shot?
I kind of heard a little bit in your voice.
All right, go ahead. You should have got your flu shot, Austin. You've been all right. But go ahead real quick. What you got for us, Austin? I see you put some scientific articles in there. You always come with
yeah, I
scientific
got it.
reports.
But I still got the flu.
Okay.
You know,
Mhm.
I've brought up this article before, and I
You
haven't
did.
seen someone that is versed in genetics explain what it is. And I know Gullah, he could probably explain it. I'm pretty sure he's familiar with autosomal DNA and can look at an admixture chart and look at the bars and look at the colors and say, okay, this sample consists of this.
Okay. All right. So how do you determine this? What are
So
you saying
in the
about this
chat, I
article?
actually put two links. One is to this article, and the
Got
second link is to the supplementary file.
got you. So what do you think it's saying? Let's get your take on it. What do you think it's trying to say?
So scroll down.
All right. All right, hold on.
Well, I see what it says, but I want other people
No, we
to
asking
see
you what
to
you
make up
saying.
their mind. I don't want
I
to,
don't want to make up my mind.
poison
I
the
want
well,
you.
so to speak.
You can't poison the well. We can read. Yo, what do you think it's trying to say? And you want me to scroll
Okay,
down? Go
scroll
ahead.
down.
All right. We will
I'll
scroll
tell
down.
you.
All right, scroll down to where? What part?
Scroll down.
All right, keep going. Results.
Keep going to
All
the
right.
admixture chart. Yep. Keep going.
It's going to say admixture. Okay. All right, right here. That's it. Keep going.
Right there.
Right here.
Yep.
Right here. Okay.
So that is K equals 8.
All right, where we at?
So
K, where you
no,
see
you
the
didn't. No,
K?
go. You passed it. K equals 8 with the colors.
You got a
Oh.
little delay. You got like a little delay.
All right, I'm here. Okay, what you trying to say?
Right there.
All
I
right.
can't see it real good. You got a separate link for that?
So what this is
Yeah,
showing
I do. Right
is
here.
the
Let me
different
see.
genetic variation around the world depicted in the colors. So African DNA is green, European DNA is blue,
Mhm,
East Asia is orange,
mhm,
and then you have multiple different components for the Americas.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm. All right, go ahead.
So looking at this, everyone can see there are certain populations that do have African admixture.
You saying is this ancient DNA or
Is
what?
it
Yeah,
Now, the
what
ancient?
is
one that
What's
caught
the
my
date?
eye is the
Yeah.
Sumiduro 5. It looks like
I
it's
was like,
about 10 to 12% African.
I think
you know what I'm
what you
saying?
doing?
I'm saying is this recent? Is this
Is it
recent
recent?
DNA? Like,
Yeah.
like is this the recent population or ancient population? Because most likely Native American usually cluster with East Asian population.
That's an excellent question, Gullah. That is an excellent question. So what I did was went through the supplemental data, and the supplemental data shows when those samples existed. It dates them. So go to the sup and scroll down and look at the age of the Sumiduro 5 sample and where it comes from.
Hold on.
And the supplemental was the second link in the chat.
Hold on.
Let's see. Go back out. So.
Yeah, we got you. We're gonna get this good. This is good. Cause you've been wanting to talk about this, right? So now you got your chance. I'm glad you hope you're feeling better. All right, so you want me to go to the
Yes.
supplemental information.
Yeah, I think people should understand how to interpret this data and actually know what they're looking at.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me put it up there again. Then I knocked it off. I'm gonna get you the supplemental information now. That's in the second one, correct? All right, the supplemental information is when you have scientific articles, they'll do supplements to it. They'll
That is
add
correct.
to the data. All right. Okay, so here, let me share the screen here. All right. All right. Let's see. All right, that's download, see supplement. Download it. Here you go. Okay, so we got the supplement. All right. Genetic analysis correspond with deep persistence of peoples of Blackfoot.
All right, let's go
Confederacy
to
from glacial time. So we talking about
go
from
to
glacial
figure
times.
S1.
That's it. Blackfoot Indian from Montana.
Yeah, Blackfoot. Yep, this is from glacial time. Figure 1, S1. All right, go ahead.
Yep.
All right, what you got?
Keep going down.
All right, keep going down. All
Keep
right.
going.
That's S2.
Let's go to the other admixture graph.
All right, S3. This was the colors. Right here.
Okay, so here we can see that the green ancestry is African, and you can see some samples consistently have African ancestry from K equals 2 to K equals 8. Now, the population that I was interested in was the Sumaduro 5 population. And if you scroll down further in the article, it'll tell you the age of that sample and where it came from. So let's check that out.
Oh, the color for African was green. I don't see it in K equals 2. Go ahead.
All right. All right, go ahead.
Right there.
Drop that source and I could just.
You missed the table.
I missed the table. That went too
You got the link in the private chat, huh?
Yeah, it's in the private chat. Go right in the private chat. It's right there.
I'm gonna log out. I gotta log back. I must gotta log into something. I don't see it.
Right here.
There you go. You're scrolling too fast.
All right.
Oh, you insinuating that the Blackfoot.
Keep on going down. You'll see names of every single one of the samples and dates of the samples. Go down a little bit more.
I'll be right here. Right here.
Ancient,
contemporary. It's ancient and contemporary samples used in this study.
This is what we're looking at. So anybody on the panel, tell me where the Sumaduro 5 sample comes from and its age.
I don't see the Sumaduro. What are you looking at?
Sumaduro 5, Lagos, Santa, Brazil.
Sumaduro 5.
Yeah.
All right. 10,000 years ago. Okay, what you saying? Go ahead.
I think he got.
Why does a 10,000-year-old sample from Brazil have African ancestry?
Is that what you're saying? Ancient contemporary samples used in this study. Well, shit, we got the greatest tools on earth, yo. We can really get into this, yo.
Where it say that? I mean, is it somewhere like where it's written it, like where it's that's something.
What does it say? I want somebody else to say it.
Hold on,
and tell me I'm not crazy.
Yeah,
the age of the sample is what?
So you're saying that
it's not saying that. This article is
saying that 10K years or 10,000 years ago. You're saying why would it be there? But you have but there's you have like, so you're saying like, what about the people of the Aboriginal Australia? You don't think they have any type of African components?
No.
Peace, everybody.
No, they really would. No, they really wouldn't have no African. I mean, Africans as humans.
No. And I'm sorry, guys. There's a delay, so I'm speaking on a delay. And I'm sorry, guys. There's a delay, so.
I hear his delay. I hear his delay.
Somebody got something playing in the back or something.
Yeah, you got playing in the background.
You gotta mute. You gotta mute it. You gotta mute it while you on
Yeah,
the
somebody
panel.
playing the YouTube channel. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, hey, Ashton B, you got your YouTube channel open. That's what's going on. Hey, you got it. You know, we can put this in your perplexity, or I'll put it in my whatchamacallit. We'll get a thorough understanding.
They do have
easy work.
I
I already put it in there. Okay.
So wouldn't any tests, like if they depend on the type of test, wouldn't it show that anyway? I mean, because there's connection anyway. If you go 60,000 years back, you gonna have some of that. The people start somewhere and move forward.
Yeah, like,
It's probably a
No,
very small amount, right?
no.
Or am I wrong?
Native Americans, the ancestry that's in Native Americans is the last to diverge. So that's going to be the most distant from African populations. They are genetically and geographically on total opposite ends of the spectrum.
Let me ask you this, bro.
how much DNA do they have, and where did it come from? What
No,
population?
everybody chill. Everybody chill. We're gonna use our tools. Sosa, did you get that and put that in your ChatGPT yet? Put it in your other one.
Nah, because I got to go out. I have to log out. Like, I can't even see nothing in the private chat. That's why I was like, fuck, I'm just reading.
Let's see. The private chat. You can't see nothing in the private chat.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna see.
I'm just going back and forth from the
I can email it to you. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna give you supplement information.
But I'm saying, Aboriginal of Australia do have an African component.
Yeah, of course. They have they definitely
when
have
I
a
said that
sickness from
before, they
Australia.
said no. Both people said no. I'm like confused by
They don't have a recent African component.
Just say the glacial stage.
Why would I think Aboriginal have a recent? Why would I even? That wouldn't even.
And if you believe they have an African component, just go ahead and post some information that shows Aboriginal Australians or ancient East Asians or ancient Southeast Asians having African components. They don't.
They do. I'm not saying a recent because they carry the same component they carried when they came out.
These old populations diverged from Africa tens of thousands.
But they still have they still have an African component within it. And so you said African
I'm
component
sorry.
is absent now.
I got the flu. They diverged from Africa tens of thousands of years ago. So like Europeans, when Europeans take a test, they don't get African ancestry unless it's recent African ancestry.
No, I'm not talking about recent. I'm talking about from the out of Africa movement, right? From them stemming from them coming out of Africa. Because once they got to Australia, they were one of the best people in terms of not letting any other group come in there but themselves. Like they fended off Australia for like to damn near recent times. And within the Americas, you have two founding population. One was population Y that carried that Australian, that Papua New Guinea, that Adam and Islanders type affinity genetics, and then you have the other population that was first postulated with the single with the single population theory before
the Adam and Islander type genetics is not African.
I'm just trying to get what you're saying. I want to be able to pin you down. What are you saying? What are you saying?
If you go back to the original article, you can look at a PCA, which is a principal component analysis, and it shows you how populations are related to each other. And you'll see Africans on one side of the genetic spectrum and Americans all the way on the other side, including the samples in this report. So before we look at the information and try to just dismiss it or talk over it, we need to sort of know what African admixture in an ancient sample would look like, and then see, what's going on and investigate it. And I don't think anyone has investigated this. They just sort of looked at it and said, okay, my eyes are lying, and that green component is not really a green component, and the sample is not really 10,000 years old, even though everyone's looking at it and it says greater than 10,000 years old.
I'm a stand 10 toes down. Yeah, your eyes is lying.
Understand the graph, but I want to know that based on what you read here, and based on what is this saying, like,
what is
this saying, and what did you get from this, and what do you postulate from what you read? Because like I really ain't had like you just sprung it on us. I don't got time to just look it over. It's like ambush scholarship. So just tell me what your what your opinion is based on what you
Okay,
read.
I'll explain that chart.
No, what's your
I'll
opinion?
explain the chart. And again, I'm sorry it's a delay, but the chart that you're looking at are the ancient samples in the study. So they're showing you the names of the ancient samples, the locations where they were dug up, the sequence depth, and the radiocarbon dates. And then they have the references, so you can sort of scroll down to the references and see where those were first published. And then you have the contemporary samples. So these are living humans. You see the Pima from Mexico and the Piapoco from Colombia, etc. So when Gullah asked, is that sample an ancient sample? This is where you go to see the age of the sample.
No, I don't think he was asking for the age of the sample per se. I think he wanted to know the age. Like, forget that. Based on what you've read, what are you saying? Like, what are you interpreting from
closing in on him?
No, it's not about what you think. It says radiocarbon dates, and you see a date right there.
No, what are you saying?
That is the age of the sample. It's radiocarbon dated.
No, you're saying that what? This African DNA in this sample is what you're saying? That's what you're saying? And Logos Santa Brazil, you're saying?
I'm saying if you look at the dates of those samples, you can see that specific sample is greater than 10,000 years.
No, relax.
If you look at the admixture analysis of that sample, you will see that that sample has a green component, which is an African component modeled in West African Yoruba. So we have to ask ourselves, why does a greater than 10,000-year-old sample from Brazil have African ancestry?
So are you arguing that the Africans came, bro? This make it simple and plain.
That's what the data says. That's not what I'm saying.
But you know, the Yoruba didn't even exist.
I'm not arguing anything.
They didn't even exist 10,000 years ago.
I'm looking at the data and asking you guys, how would you interpret it?
Hey, Yoruba didn't even exist 10,000 years ago.
I mean, I want to get on that. You just maybe talking about the population.
Hey, that's not my gripe. That's the sample that they use for the African admixture. You got to take that up with the.
But I'm saying when
with the study,
like, you got to consider too when did the admixture occur?
Y'all jumping over the fence.
Yeah, that's what he's asking. Not how old. When did it occur? When did the African admixture occur?
That's what you have to investigate.
No,
we don't. We don't got to do that.
If what you're saying
first, you have to. First, is it an error? Right.
Listen,
it could be an error. So first, you have to see if it's an error. You can look at the reference and check the reference material and see when they use that sample in the reference, how does it came up? You can look at other instances of where they use that sample and see if it comes up with that African also there. It could be an error.
Yeah, right. It could be an error, but I don't even. I'm just going to take it as not an error because it's here.
Hey, I sent it to your email though, yo. You can have that down.
Austin. What you
okay? So y'all ready?
Hold on, huh?
I sent it to you already. You can put this in your. I'm not playing around with them.
Hold on.
So I'm gonna stand on this.
Give me a second, because I'm kind of moving around. I'm trying to do this shit and cooking at the same time. I just was trying to get to the fucking nuts and bolts.
All right, well, go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all nuts and bolts.
Let's take what you're saying.
I got you. I'm gonna listen to them. I'm gonna get them on tape.
Huh?
Got you. Let's go.
Yeah, what you're saying is profound. Now let's just say I don't necessarily care if you're. I'm not making an opinion whether you're being right or wrong. But what I'm saying that.
No, I'm saying he's 1,000,000% wrong. I'm standing on that.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I ain't even go that far. I'm saying
I'm going all the way. I'm driving to the front door and I'm kicking it in.
I know.
Kick door policy.
I know.
He's wrong. He's misinterpreted it.
It is
He's
profound.
messing it up. But I appreciate him though. But go ahead. Then I'll explain what I'm saying. Go ahead.
What you just saw, right, is very profound. Now, in this actual source, are they making that claim? Are they as profound as you are about the data that you're looking at, that they comment on that in this actual journal? Is what I want to know.
That's what I say. I said that's something that would have been said. Or
they don't mention it. I wrote the authors, and I've asked other geneticists to explain it.
Hold on, so there's a delay.
And no, I got no responses.
Yeah, because they thought you lost your mind. That's why
it's possible that
So are we looking at the Lagos, Santa Lagao, Santa Brazil?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying is so.
What do you conclude
Why
from
did he
that?
pick this one? Why did he pick this one though? Why
And what does it say? It has
So
African ancestors. I never seen.
what are we concluding from this though?
He got it from the chart. That's what I'm saying. It happened so fast.
Yeah.
We went to the chart in the beginning. That there's a color. There's a chart that we showed before they had a color.
So what we concluding is we're looking at the Sumiduro 5 sample. We're looking at the location of the sample in Brazil. We're looking at the age of the sample, which is greater than 10,000 years. And then we're looking at the admixture chart in this document, as well as the original document. And we're seeing from K2 to K equals 8, that sample has African ancestry. So the question is, why does a 10,000-year-old Brazilian sample skeleton
So show where it says it has African ancestry in there.
Slow down.
I don't think it's saying.
I didn't make it up. Scroll up to the admixture chart, please.
Yeah, and listen, he gonna say it. I gotta say it again. He got a delay. So like when you asking him, that he coming back.
Scroll up to the admixture chart.
He wants you to go back up to the.
I don't think it's saying that.
You can look at the admixture. There's a chart that had the colors on that shows like
he'd have had us a year ago.
So the thing is not about what you think it's saying. When you look at the chart and the chart says African ancestry is green, and you look at that sample and it has green ancestry, it is what it is. How you interpret it is key. So go ahead and scroll back up to the admixture chart.
I ain't read the article yet, but I don't think it's.
I gotta read it, bro. I gotta read it. Like I was too fast right now for this shit. You know what I mean? But I would surmise
it's in the chat.
That your discovery, however that you make that, how profound you think it is, I'm a surmise that it's not, and you make it something out of it because you're not an expert in this field. And you're overlooking that's simple.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, I don't need to be an expert, but I know how to read and interpret colors. So if there's a chart that says green is African, and I look at the sample and it has green, it has African.
Okay, so show that.
When
go ahead and scroll up to the admixture chart.
How you know the sample wasn't contaminated?
No,
we ain't gonna do that. We
gotta do that. We could just leave it right where it is. How like I want to know how you determine.
I don't know the sample is contaminated. It could be contamination. Absolutely. I don't know that.
Because if the sample is contaminated, then this whole study is don't even
mean that's why I say we gotta read. That's why I say we gotta read the actual thing, because we don't know what the wording say. The wording could say something like that. We don't know.
I don't know what you're concluding.
I think you look at
well, why can't
so
we
tell him exactly where to go. Where exactly should we go to see this green?
What does the admixture chart say?
You want to read it again? Here, I'm gonna come back over. Here you go.
I don't have control of the PDF. Ankh has control of the PDF. So Ankh needs to scroll up on the document and go to the admixture chart.
It's right here. It says
but it should be wordings that explain those charts though.
Yeah, it is. The wording is right here. Hold on. We got the wording. Wording is right here. No problem with the wording.
But if you know how to read and you know your colors, you see it says Africa, green.
No, I don't.
And you can look at the populations.
No, I don't.
And you can see where it has green.
It does say that. See, that's the green. It does say that. See the green right here? The green is the colors represent each spectrum. So you got the green, Africa's green, Europe is blue, Asia.
Okay, so they got Europe too.
Can we read it? It says the principal components analysis, PCA projection of the ancient samples onto the first two principal components. It's a maximum likelihood tree generated by tree mix using whole genome sequences data from the Simon's Genome Diversity Project and the ancient genomes 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, 51. Ancestry clusters generated, and I can't see it because the thing is in the damn way. Shoot. Okay, the modern and ancient genomes, ancient America's K6 clusters, which is the cross validation. Yeah, this ain't saying nothing what you think it's saying, right? But we got an expert tool here that will break it down. Now, first of all, we always so right, hold on, right here.
No, you can't just do that. You can't just say it's not saying what I'm saying.
No, relax.
Everybody in the stream and everybody on the chat can see the colors.
No.
And everybody can see that the green stands for African ancestry.
No.
And everybody can
And the
see
blue
that
stand for
specific
European, then,
sample,
right?
Sumaduro 5, has African ancestry. You can't just willfully dismiss it. That's not science.
Is that the only sample that has that?
What?
That's not the only. Excuse me again, I got the flu. That's not the only sample that has African ancestry. As you can see towards the far right, there's a number of the Blackfoot samples that have African ancestry. But these Blackfoot people are contemporary people and medieval people that have admixture with slaves. So when I was looking at this, I'm like, okay, who are these guys all the way over to the right? They got a little bit of African. And who was that one sample, Sumaduro 5, that has African? So I went to the SUP to see where the samples were from and how old they were. And the contemporary Blackfoot, of course, they're contemporary, but the Sumaduro 5 sample is 10,000 years old. And everyone looking at this chart can see it has African ancestry. You can't just dismiss it.
Is this the same one in Brazil where they found the 40 skeletons? Is this the same one? It was unearthed in Sao Luis. It's not that. Okay.
It is. It is. Lagoa sample. Lagoa Santa. Those are Luzia's people.
Come on, man.
Oh, it is. Okay, but
yeah, Paleo East Asia.
Luisa's people was genetically not even population wise. She's Asian.
Yeah, that was Asian, like Asian.
I just want to make sure I'm on the same page as y'all. So is this sample?
I agree, but why does that sample have African?
So you're saying if I did a PCA analysis of them, so what would happen if you think if I did a PCA analysis of the people of the so you're saying
I'm saying it's talking about that their genome may have been influenced by African DNA, and I think you just mischaracterizing the whole thing, bro. I already know you is, so I'm just letting you do your thing. That way you dig the hole, and when I get you, I got you. You can't jump out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take time to go over.
That's what you think.
That's
what you think. But you're looking at this, right?
Bro,
are you saying that sample does not have green ancestry?
You're saying that the people, the scientists that did the work, what you're looking at is so profound. They didn't even see this. Because this is like what you're purporting is incredible. Like this would like propel their careers if because it's new. And you're saying that they really overlooked this.
You know what? You're right.
You damn
it's
right
dealing
I'm
with
right,
that.
bro.
Listen, man.
You're right if it's true.
No, it's called deep.
And my disappointment is when I posted this, everybody sort of dismissed it, which means our community is not even educated enough to interpret admixture. So if there was a case, and I don't really believe in here before Columbus, I don't believe in none of that. But if a sample came out that had that, this is what it would look like. And we have to know what this would look like and not just dismiss it. This is how science works. You think a population is this, and an ancient sample comes out. Oh, it was this. We didn't know.
I'm saying that there's something that you're misinterpreting within looking at the African samples. Now they could be easily explained. I'm gonna take the Occam's razor approach, but I haven't looked at the actual thing. I had to take the time to actually read it. I can't just do it right now because you just popped it up. You know what I mean? But I'm leaning on the fact that you made an error, a simple error.
Well, we all literate. Let's do some reading today.
Okay, let's assume there was something I was misinterpreting. But answer this question. Does the sample, can the sample be modeled as partly African, and is the sample 10,000 years old? Does the sample, can the sample be modeled as partly African, and is the sample 10,000 years old?
Yo, you gotta turn off your YouTube channel though. You ain't know that?
Can I ask a question? So how much? First question
it's off.
is how much?
Let me step out and come back in.
You good? You good? I don't hear it no more.
How much African DNA is showing up in this, and does the amount point to how far back it would have showed up in their ancestry? Is that a fair question? Do those questions go together or no?
Y'all just like y'all having fun, yo. Let
Yeah,
me know when y'all ready.
gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got a new mission here, but you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah, we gotta
Y'all
mix it
can't
up
hear
for a
me.
little bit.
like he showed up with it
Did the
like
study?
you feel me? So
Is the
The
study?
showboating is
Does the
evident.
study
I can't
conclude it?
believe this community.
Y'all can't hear me, man.
no, it
We
does
can hear
not,
you.
Cedric. I already know what you're gonna ask, and no, it does not.
I thought so. So if the study doesn't conclude that, how is he doing this conjecture
Because
thing?
he feel like
So that's why I want to slow down.
because he got
Because
the
he's
flu.
saying he looked at the data and down what the study is about, because the study is about that. But he's trying to understand why ain't the study about that when he see what he sees. This is why we are where we are.
Oh, so we're begging the question. Okay.
Begging like a mug. Please. Yeah, you want to know.
Look, listen. This is what I don't like. First of all, let's read, yo. Let's do this first. Like I wanted to make sure when we had him. Right. I wanted to make sure we heard him say what he said. Now let's read this. I couldn't see it. So C, this is C. Am I correct? Look, A, B, C.
Yeah, I can't
We all
see.
agree? What does C say?
I need to.
C says, you can see, can you see it?
Which one you on? You on the bottom one?
Admixture.
Right. C right here. Right here. The bottom one. Can y'all let me make it a little bit bigger? Because
Yep.
we can read, yo. They can't never trick us.
Zoom in up.
I'm zooming in because they can't never trick us. They try to trick us,
Admixture.
don't they? Y'all ready? This says C. That's right here. This is C. I'm gonna show y'all
Okay,
again.
yeah.
A, B, C. Now, let's do what let's see. We ain't going into the chat GPT. We ain't doing none of that. We're just gonna read. Now, C says he's claiming to C mean that got African DNA in it. Well, let's see. It say ancestry clusters generated with admixture of modern. See that word right there? Got a problem. We got a problem here. Modern and ancient genomes from the Americas at K6 clusters, which was chosen through cross validations. So, what is it saying about this, yo? They're using ancient and modern DNA. Am I tripping? Or y'all tripping? Who tripping?
You ain't tripping because you see the European right there.
Am I tripping? See, like,
Ancient Americas.
Where you at? Did he run? Because he has the flu. Because where is he at? Where's he at? He tried to trick us, y'all. He tried to trick us with
Where's
the trick
the green?
of shit.
Where's the green that he's talking about?
Right there. You see the green say African, then that blue is European. So you trying to say it's Europeans at 10,000 BC or Chinese? What do we like? Are we playing this? I just want to sit back and see how well he wanted to dig that hole. Now we got him on tape.
Oh, wait a minute.
Now we have.
So
now we
they
got
just
him on
matching the
tape.
other one.
We
Is
have
that what you're
ancient
saying?
America.
I'm gonna do it again. Hold on. I know Cedric caught it. Hold on. Gullah, look. A. That's the AMAC. Huh?
That'll not be accusatory. You're trying to get answers, so we're gonna try to get answers.
Okay. I see what you be doing, so you be wanting to die slow death.
Okay, so C. So okay,
y'all
watch
see
figure
B? Y'all
C.
see B?
Watch
Hold on,
figure
y'all
C
see
and
B,
watch,
right?
watch what figure C represents.
Look, B is talking about the ancient charts. Look, you see ancient this, ancient that. Look. A, B, C. Now look, C got African, European, Asian.
Yeah,
look,
ancient.
we do the whole thing. Look. All right, and it tell you what it's talking about. It tell you it's ancestry clusters generated with admixtures of modern and ancient genomes from the Americas. So they're looking at ancient and modern genomes
and modern, because
modern and ancient. Come on,
right?
Because them people, whoever them ancient people is, the modern people gonna have that same genetics with the mix.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Man, that's why you still sick with the shot. You got the brain flu, bro.
Oh, you ain't gonna throw him under the bus like that. Let me see. But guess
Hey, can
what?
y'all hear me?
I can hear you down and clear, brother.
All right. So
in
for
the
the
ancient
slow people like me in
Americans,
the
we
background,
see a little dot.
they just dove in.
So is this little dot here in the ancient Americas is what he is talking about as genetic evidence for ancient population? What?
There you go. Ashton left.
Yeah, of course.
Man.
What's this graph
So
showing
he
me,
can't
y'all?
use
So what
figures.
it's comparing? It's
Man,
So he
guess
comparing.
what, man?
can't use.
I'm tired of
He
playing. I'm
can't
tired of
use
playing this game.
figure C
I'm tired.
to make
I'm tired.
these.
I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm
I'm
tired.
saying you can just.
Do y'all see this? Hold on, Sosa. Do you see this? Can y'all
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
this chat GBT?
Yes, we
Right.
can.
Niggas
First
hate
of
the
all,
robot, boy. I swear.
Aston. We already read it, Aston. You messed that up, Aston. Without even
I
using
didn't mess
chat
up
GBT.
anything.
You did, brother. Don't overtalk me. I want to let you know right here. This says C. We got A, B, and C. I just showed the charts, right? This is A, B, and C.
Right.
C is strictly, it's a ancestry clusters generated with admixtures of modern and ancient genomes from the Americas. So you have modern genomes from the Americas and ancient genomes from America. Our genome will consider to be modern genome, bro. That's where you messed it up right there.
But
Do you quit
is
right now?
Is
Are you
Sumaduro
quitting?
5 ancient or modern?
Are you tapping out? Are you gonna
No.
stick to it?
Is the Sumaduro 5 sample ancient or modern?
The Sumerian.
The Sumaduro 5 is ancient.
sample.
It's greater than 10,000 years old.
Okay. So yes, we know that the analysis is of modern and ancient people. See, y'all really struggling with admixture and admixture chart K equals 6. We shouldn't be struggling with K equals 6.
Show me.
You shouldn't be struggling.
On this in this journal. Do they have a PCA analysis of just the K6? That the one that you have, the 10,000.
No, they don't have they have a PCA analysis of everything.
Then you don't. Then how can you determine what the other one is on its own?
I'm gonna let y'all
but look at admixture and PCA are two, and tree mix or QP admin. Those are all different genetic tools. This specific tool, everybody that's looking at it, in C it says ancestry clusters. What is the green ancestry cluster?
Exactly. You know what cluster? You know what clusters mean, bro?
Cluster with like a cluster.
It's an
like a cluster bomb, bro.
It's an ancestry cluster. That green ancestry is Africa. The blue is what you mean? No, it says it right there. It shows green and it says Africa.
Read it wrong, yo.
How am I reading it wrong? It's green.
You understand
and it says
you shouldn't even be in that
right
section. That's for scientists. Get out that section, yo.
See, this is what's happening is you don't know how to read admixture. And other people that's looking at it, they can see right there. It says Africa is green. It tells you that's an ancestry cluster, and you can see that sample has a little bit of green ancestry, and green is African. It says that.
But they showing modern. They're not just showing just ancient though. They're showing modern and ancient on this chart.
But is that Gullah? Is that sample ancient or is it modern?
So you saying that sample from Brazil? That
they're not just saying. They're not just saying.
Hold on, Gullah. I just want because I want to. So you saying that Samadero Loga Santa Brazil? You're saying what about that sample now? You're saying it has what?
When you look at the supplementary, it tells you the age of that sample, and it tells you that sample is greater than 10,000 years old. Right now, right here, figure.
You're saying it's what? What are you saying to me? I want to make sure. You're saying what about that sample? You're saying that sample. Hold on, Gullah. Please don't interrupt, yo. Do me a favor. Just do me this favor. I'm asking distinct questions, so when I kill him, I kill him. Come on, dog. I got him. He in the trap right now.
I'm saying
you're saying what about this
sample? This specific sample, Sumaduro 5, can be modeled with that green component at K equals 6. And what is that green component? Tell me what that says underneath.
No, you're saying that sample is what though? You're saying that sample
it can be modeled.
And it says, okay, and it says you're trying to say that means what now?
It
Make
says
sure you got this right, because you don't only want to know how to do it.
No, those different colored components are ancestry clusters, and everybody looking at this can see the green ancestry cluster is African.
So you're saying that this sample right here is African or has African DNA in it? What are you saying? Come on, you're supposed to be able to explain it since you say you embarrassed over us.
It's not totally green. If the entire
I know. What do you explain it? Explain it, because you're the one. Remember, you said you're ashamed that we can't explain it. So explain it. You're saying what about the green being in the sample? Because I want to make sure.
I'll explain it.
Yes, sir.
Look at the ancient Blackfoot, right?
They don't got no ancient DNA. They ain't got no black African DNA in that, right?
No, they don't. As everybody can see, this ancient Blackfoot sample is actually 2 of them, those vertical bars, and it's showing you of that person, of those samples' ancestry, it's homogeneous, all of one yellow color. Now you can see the blood Blackfoot, which are the modern people, they got a little bit of Blackfoot in them in yellow, but they also have a different type of Native American that's in purple, and they have another type of Native American that's in red, but they also mix with Europeans, and you can see the blue ancestry in there. And one of them is a teeny tiny sliver of African.
When did they mix with Europeans?
Hold on, man. No, man, don't
Well,
jump.
these are contemporary Blackfoot people, so this is like colonization. These are people now, but the Sumaduro sample, the Sumaduro 5 sample, is not a Blackfoot sample. It's a 10,000-year-old Brazilian sample, and everyone looking at the color components, you can see yellow, you can see red, you can see blue,
It's
and you can see
dominated
green.
by the red, yo.
What is the green?
It's dominated by the red, yo.
It's dominated by the red, and then yellow, and then blue, but it has green. So
American
what that means,
ancestry.
it's dominated by American ancestry. But since it has green, that means this specific sample that is 10,000 years old can be modeled as partly African. How much is that? Maybe that's 10%, 10, 11%.
You made that up.
But you
Okay.
look,
In South
you're looking
America.
at the bar chart.
You saying this can be modeled? I don't want to know. My eyes.
Look at the bar chart. What do you think that green component is?
So you saying this? You saying can this be modeled with African DNA?
You looking at it right now. You can see the Sumaduro 5 sample is modeled as partly green.
And you're saying that this has and does this sample have African in it?
I'm looking at it. Everybody in the chat is looking at it.
I don't care what they're looking at. I don't care. And does this sample mean that it has African?
This is elementary. If you know colors,
I don't want no.
You got it.
See, this is what I tell everybody, yo. Get away from this right here. Stay with reading. First of all, I think Gullah said it and Cedric said it. They was like, look, man, the article itself is not even talking about that. So you taking a whole chart, non-expert, you ain't even supposed to be reading that chart trying to make determinations off of it, and you do it. So I'm gonna let you know right now. Let me finish. I just want to talk.
The chart is the data. I can read the chart.
I haven't cut you off though. So the answer is no, bro. The presence of green labeled as African in certain contexts, such as the admixture analysis, does not necessarily mean that the Samardu 5 Lego Santa sample has African DNA in a direct or historical sense. It could represent the shared ancestry signal that, remember I said earlier, have signals or methodological modeling, but not evidence of direct African ancestry. Now, here's why, bro. Admixture models reflect shared ancestry. Admixture assigns portions of genetic ancestry based on reference populations. A small amount of green African in a sample might reflect ancient shared ancestry watch this, ancestry from the out of Africa migration common to all humans, bro. Oh my goodness.
That's what I said earlier,
man, please don't cut me off right now. I never cut nobody off. I got them. I had them in the trap. Now I'm killing them. Close the door. We'll move on to the next chapter. It's a statistical artifact caused by limited resolution is separating genetic signals amongst population. For the Samardu 5, if there were green, it could be due to deep shared ancestry, not evidence of direct African admixture. Historical context. So you always got to use historical context. Ancient individuals like Samardu 5 are typically modeled as descendants of populations that migrated from East Asia into the Americas. This supported by their clustering with other Native American populations in both the PCA, figure A. The phylogenetic tree, figure B. There is no archaeological or genetic evidence of African population contributing to ancient genomes in South America during this period of 10,000 years ago. Does this mean that African DNA is present? No, it does not mean that Samardu 5 has African DNA. If the analysis shows a tiny portion of green African in the model, it's likely due to the ancient shared ancestry common to all non-African populations via the outer African migrations. Such a signal is not evidence of direct African gene flow into South America, expressly for a sample over 10,000 years old. Now, let me hit you with the conclusion, bro, because I'm not going to sit here and argue with you like everybody else did. I'm going to get you out the way. It says the presence of the green in the admixture model does not confirm direct African ancestry for Somali 5. Sum Mador 5. Instead, it likely represents deep ancestry connections shared by all humans from Africa. Methodological nuances in the genetic modeling processes. For this sample, the primary ancestry remains consistent with early Native American populations derived from the migration across the Bering Land Bridge. There is no evidence of recent or direct African ancient genome flow. So that's where I'm at. Y'all can sit here and argue with him all day, every day. I'm just not doing it. I don't have time for this.
Where'd you read that from?
Don't worry about that. None of your business. How about that?
Well, I needed that.
Can I reply?
None of your business. Yes, you can. No, I'm not arguing with you. Listen, y'all. I'm so y'all can take over the conversation. Cedric, you can have at it. Thank y'all for not interrupting me. I'm finished. Y'all can go ahead. I had this fun. It's fun for me.
Like I said before, man, Occam's razor, bro. If what you're saying is, he admitted, it's profound, but it's really ABC to them. Like, you think that they would overlook something that groundbreaking for their career? Like, I mean, first you got to start there, and then you got to say, as a layman, maybe I'm overlooking something. You got to start with the most simple explanation first before you jump to, man.
Then we talking about,
if I can respond,
and then we talking about clustering, yo. Like, that's the whole thing. Talking about clustering.
Admixture clustering is admixture, and anybody that's familiar with these charts, they know what it says.
Hold on. But I'm saying some of those ancient clusters still carry on to modern population.
No, they don't.
So they do.
No, they don't.
They can't.
Contemporary Africans don't have any common ancestry with Native Americans. You talking
that's
about?
What I'm saying.
But that's what you're saying.
I'm saying the Native American. I'm talking about modern populations carry the Native American ancestry. And
Africans?
No.
Modern Africans are gonna carry Native American ancestry?
No. Modern Native Americans and people of Latin America, they carry them those markers. They carry those. They carry those ancient.
Is the Sumaduro 5 sample modern?
Let him finish.
Let him finish what I'm saying, bro.
Stuff. We already went over this. The ancient sample is ancient. Not. It's not modern.
I'm saying
modern people.
Bro,
if we talk about an ancient sample.
Calm down, bro. We could talk one at a time.
I'm saying modern populations carry those Native American DNA. Modern Native Americans still carry the cluster with them people.
Did I say they didn't?
That's what I'm saying. If the modern ones
did I say they didn't?
The modern people had that mix.
But did I say they didn't? I never said they didn't. I said this specific sample is modeled as partly green, and the green is African. That's what I said. Anybody looking at this page can see that. You can mental gymnastic around it, but contemporary Africans don't have no ancient.
Well, Uncle already killed the whole thing anyway, so it don't even matter.
I didn't kill anything. Use ChatGPT. ChatGPT, you can make it say whatever it wants to say.
Bro, you can't.
We don't need ChatGPT.
No, you can't. No,
yes,
you can.
He just did.
No, you can't, bro.
He just used ChatGPT to say there's no evidence of African admixture in ancient Americans, but we're looking at a sample that can be modeled as partly African. Make that make sense.
You don't understand what you're reading, bro.
No, I understand exactly what I'm looking at.
You don't know what you're getting wrong because you're not an expert in the field. You're a layman looking at something that's for experts. You don't know where you're fucking
Genetic
up.
studies are not for experts. Anybody can read an admixture chart. They explain what the green component is.
Scientific journals in general are written for experts, bro.
Look up what ChatGPT got them sources from. ChatGPT.
So watch this.
Got them sources from something though.
Y'all see Answick man right here, right? Yep. That's why I blew it over. Y'all see Answick, ANZICK. Y'all see that, right?
Yep.
And y'all do see some green in that too, right?
Yep.
Okay, so listen. What I talked about was there's DNA, right? and then there's a historical component, right? Right? There's nuances in that. So, prove to me that indigenous Africans was in America to even leave that signature. I'm saying this is indicative of what all humans traces of DNA humans would have based off of the outer Africa movement. I said that. You're gonna have
That's
a light
false.
signal, bro. Listen,
That's
bro.
false. You want me to tell you why
Bro,
that's
no,
false? I'll
what you
tell you
did
why it's false.
was you
I'll tell
cut
you
me
why it's
off.
false though. I'll
No,
tell you
I
why.
don't want to hear about you telling me how false it was. I just don't want you to cut me off because you're definitely confused. And you
Okay.
beat your chest like Tarzan to somebody, loud and wrong. I am telling you that little green you see is indicative of the outer Africa movement, right? There is no historical artifact that you can prove that it was Africans in the Americas. You made that up. I'm gonna let them continue to argue with you. So don't even talk to me. I've made my stance on it. I've gave you the graph. I explained it. We even read what it said. It said modern. It said all that. I'm not doing it. So
Okay.
go ahead, Della and Cedric. Where you at? This
If
your
I can
time. This your
respond.
time.
No, I'm
If
Yes,
I
good.
can
I ain't
respond.
arguing. You
you
already, you
where you
already
at,
killed.
Cedric?
You
If I
already
can
killed it.
respond.
Yeah, you already killed it. I'm cool.
I'm right here.
If I
Again,
can respond real quick.
you simply misinterpreting the data. You're simply misinterpreting the data. First of all, if this was like Sosa is saying, if this was what it was, then the out of Africa theory would have been overturned, or our migratory patterns would have been needed to be re-examined. The
How was
study
this
doesn't
overturned out of
provide this.
Africa?
What you're seeing right now is what they call just noise, right? And what
It could
Ankh
be
is explaining,
noise.
this is an underlying. You can have it, bro.
It could be noise, but you know why it's not noise? Because it's consistent from K equals 2 to K equals 8. And anybody familiar with this would know what that means.
So out of
Right?
Africa theory of migration, wouldn't that be an underlying component that you can identify in a certain area, in a certain space, in a certain drift pattern? Wouldn't that be the case? Because these genes, these underlying old genes, they remain
No,
there. So the signal remains there to the point that it
no,
becomes a noise even.
no, and I'll tell
So
you why. Because when out of Africa happened, number one, it happened from East
Yeah,
Africa,
I hear you.
and
So
there was a
Ask
number.
ChatGPT,
There was a
what would it
number.
mean if
There was a
they
number.
had African DNA in them sample? What are the consequences?
oh
if
my
that
God,
was
that's
true,
the
bro?
worst. You don't want me to answer that question.
This doesn't disprove out of Africa. And when
We
out of
never
Africa
said that,
happened,
bro.
there was
We never said that,
multiple
bro.
splits,
Ask what it
bottlenecks.
mean. If he was correct, what would that mean?
Yeah, you funny, yo.
Consequences that come with that shit,
All right,
bro.
I'm gonna
If
ask you.
if you look at my initial analysis, is I said what the data shows, and
Yo,
I said how you
how did you
interpret it
do
is
it?
key.
Yo, what school you went to get that? How you do it?
The School of Hard Knocks.
All right.
But I will say this. I've read probably 15,000 of these published articles, and I've read every single one of them on ancient American DNA. And this is the first time that an anomaly like this has popped up. So if there was some connection between out of Africa and some old link, you would see it in every single article. You don't see it in every single article. You don't see it. There are no sub-Saharan remnants that's been sitting in the Americas for 50,000 years old. No, Africans are the basal population, and Native Americans are all the way at the tail end of the migration. They don't hold any type of African ancestry.
So show me that in a genetic scheme anywhere.
You can look at any
Show me that.
PCA. You'll see Africans on
No,
one
no, no,
side
no, no,
and
no, no.
Native
You
Americans all the
just
way on the
made
other
a
side.
claim, right? You just made a claim. Show me that in the data here. Show me the yellow, the green being predominant across all charts.
Look at the green component, and it says Africa. You can see the entire block of all the samples is all green. And that Africa is Yoruba. They don't show any admixture. You can see it at K equals 8.
This is a generalized chart, right? When they
It's not a
say
generalized
Africa,
chart. It's a specific admixture cluster. See, y'all
you
don't
see
understand
specific
admixture, so you're
admixtures
trying
there.
to talk around it.
Wait a
You
minute.
can't talk
You
around
see
it.
one block saying Africa green, and you think that is a specific admixture component that's been identified.
What does it say?
That's what you're saying.
Ancestry clusters generated with modern and ancient genomes, clusters which are chosen through cross-validation. Yes, it's a specific ancestry cluster. The green is a specific ancestry cluster, and that cluster is specific to Africa. That's why it says Africa right underneath it. This is elementary. If we was looking at our own ancestry and it was on here, we would see mostly green for most of us, and you would see small slivers of blue for European or Native American or Asian or whatever. Everybody should know how to read these charts.
And you will
So why
see
not
it
learn how to
green
read it yourself before you tell everybody else
everywhere.
they should know how to
So
read it? Yo?
you
Why not learn how
can't
to read
read
it yourself?
nothing. You don't understand nothing what's going on here, and you're saying that we need to learn.
Okay, here's an example. Can you explain what K equals 2 through 8?
The scientist who conducted the study is not reaching to the conclusions you're reaching to.
They don't have to.
We
It's showing in the
understand
data.
what we're seeing here.
Cedric,
Bro, that
Cedric, it
means
says
you're
K equals,
misinterpreting the data. That's
where
the
it
obvious
says K
output.
equals 6. Can you tell us what a K is?
You are misappropriating the data.
Okay, where it says K equals 6, what is the K?
Show me where does the scientist conducting the study reach the conclusion you're reaching by examining the data the way you're doing it?
It says it right here in figure C. I'm looking at it, and it says K equals 6. Tell the audience what a K is and what the 6 is.
Well, depending on what you're talking about.
We're talking about admixture. K equals 6. What is K and what is 6?
6 clusters of modern and ancient genomes from the Americas. At K is 6 clusters. K is 6 clusters. K means the 6 clusters. The K represents the 6 clusters that they're identifying here, which is old and new. So when we look at these 6 clusters,
is 6 clusters.
Bro, you really don't get what you're reading.
No, I know exactly what I've been
K
reading this stuff for 20
is
years.
6 clusters, which are
What is
chosen.
that? Is that subpopulations?
This is why we need Ngozi up here, because
Yeah,
I showed him this information.
You said you read
and he knows more than all y'all combined. He was like, you know what? Wow.
Oh boy,
it is
so
what you
now
say it
now
is.
you're now you're running. Now you're running
me
behind
say it.
Ngozi
You gotta make me
right here.
say it. You got. I don't give a
right here.
damn what you thought Ngozi said or how you misinterpreted what he said.
I didn't think anything.
Right.
You
I
stay
just
right
wanted
here.
to let
Don't
you
run
know.
behind nobody.
Matter of fact, I
So-
don't listen to none of y'all. I'm gonna say it again. I listen to none of y'all. I don't even listen to myself when it comes to this. First of all, you reading the chart you have no understanding of,
I have
which
a lot
is
of
funny to
understanding
me.
of admixture.
And you said you read 16,000 articles.
16,000, probably more.
So if you read 16,000 articles, why not just go get the degree in it, yo? Because you would read less than that.
Oh my
16,000.
God. I got a degree in other things.
Let me finish.
That,
so you really think that I believe that you read 16,000 articles? Boy, you funny.
Okay, I mean, you know, your watchers,
my man,
your
though,
audience
yo, my
deserves
man
better.
on the ground.
When
Your
you read
audience
the
deserves better.
15,000 articles, who was there? What expert was there wishing to tell you that you were getting it right, or did you just make your own? Like,
well, I mean, if you know how to read,
So if you're looking at these
how do you know
different
you know how to
areas,
read? Is what I'm asking. How do you know?
16,000 articles.
You read the
You know
directions.
you have knowledge.
I don't even think they got 16,000 articles on that, yo. You tripping?
It's articles. It's all kind of peer review on everything.
You said on Nate. You said you
when
had
they-
16,000
when
articles on
genetics,
DNA for the
anthropology,
Native
lipid,
Americans, right?
No,
Hold on.
You know, he was just saying just in general, just in general.
Oh, I about to, because you know we can check how many articles they got. You said you had 16,000 articles on Native American DNA. Did you not say
I didn't
that?
say that. I said
What you
over
say?
the past,
What you
over
say?
the past 20 years,
Uh-huh.
I have read probably over 16,000 articles on genetics, anthropology, archaeology, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've been around for a long time, reading and reading and reading.
And you've
That's
been
what I do.
messing it up for a long time.
I mean, but you're looking at the colors.
So
and you
stop.
can't
So
interpret
stop.
colors.
Looking at the
So what
colors.
we're looking at here on the screen right now,
so I'm gonna send
what
this
we're
to you.
looking
So
at the
here you
screen
go.
right here now,
I'm gonna
right,
let you read it.
is the different
For the email.
areas. Is the different if the different It's the different
Come on,
areas
dog.
where
You
they took
tripping. This is
samples
funny,
from
man.
the
I want you to read this, yo.
population
This is
to
hilarious
determine the
right here.
genetic
This is crazy right here, bro.
to determine the genetic admixture. So when they took samples in Piacoco, they found only the components aligning with the red. Well, what is the red
Correct.
again?
Correct.
Slow down, slow down. This is a area. This is a community. This is a
Yes.
population group. So now when they took samples in different population groups, they are looking at how these population groups, their admixture components are mixed. So now we're seeing, we can look at this chart and we can pretty much close our eyes and say, well, in this particular area, they no African admixture. So not in the ancient nor in the modern population do you find Africans in this area.
That is correct.
That's what this is saying. So
Okay.
now when we move
So-
across Brazil, move across Brazil and we reach to a particular area, we see, well, hey, you have admixture in this area. I'm sure this is a port area. I am sure when you look up this particular region on a map, it's going to be a port area, which would indicate that you would have admixtures in these port areas because this is where you would find the most diverse populations. As you move through the country, you're going to see more and more isolation. Isn't that what you can read? Isn't that what I'm reading?
Now, can I ask you a question?
I'll rest my
Are
case.
you confirming?
I'll rest my case.
Are
I
you
don't want to hear
confirming
that.
that sample, Sumiduro 5, has African admixture? Are you confirming that? And you believe it's from a port area? Can you confirm that? That's what you said. The African admixture is probably from the port, right?
Y'all still, he already did. He's just talking.
Yeah, I just let you know. I figured out what to charge.
This is key. Think about what just happened.
So what is K again? What is K again? What is K again? What does K represent?
K equals 6. K equals a population.
Y'all got Ngozi here. Let him deal with this.
I know it's already over with. It goes. I swear. I hope you don't jump up here and say something different than what I said. It's gonna get funny.
Ngozi.
I'm gonna laugh. Don't do it.
Which sample? And Cedric already killed himself. He said that sample has African
Matter of fact, I said I'm out of the conversation.
He assumes it's from a port area.
I'm reading.
Let's start over and let's get Ngozi in.
I'm only here to promote truth. I don't get involved with people. I don't care about none of that. All I'm saying is that if you know how to read PCAs, principal component analysis, you know the K's and all that is admixture, right? And an admixture population, or K6, is the 6 distant ancestral populations, modern and new. Anytime you see things like African, and I told the brother that's speaking now, that's error. That's nothing but noise. But when people see that,
you just you got him.
Hold up.
Noise. And my brother, he knows that because we talked about this before. It's just like
we talked about it.
Yeah. So it's just like when you look at the.
So he's scamming then?
No.
He just told you it was noise. I told you it was noise.
He said it was noise, bro.
The question is, Ngozi, is it unusual for you to see noise at K2, K3, K4, K5, K6, all the way through K8? Have you ever seen that?
It's not. It depends. It could be and it can't. Like for example, when.
But is that normal, right?
Explaining, bro.
You asked the question. Let him answer.
It's not normal. It's not normal. But you could see noise because, for example, let's say we get a gorilla, right, and we sequence DNA. Sometimes when you sequence a gorilla DNA, it's going to say sub-Saharan at a large percentage. We have to think about these PCAs when it comes to gorillas. It only sequence modern human DNA. So the closest population to the oldest group of modern humans on the PCA would be Biaka pygmy or Khoisan. So if you put a gorilla in there, it's going to say Biaka pygmy or Khoisan. You put a
because it's all basal.
It's going to say it's all basal because they're basal populations within humanity. So a lot of times when you see things like this error noise, it could be unusual, but it depends on the population that's used. Whatever this is right there, based off this Native American population that's highly indigenous, when you use modern and ancient populations, it looks like it's just noise or just error. That's just what it is.
But it's unusually high to be noise. Am I right or am I wrong?
It does appear to be unusually high, but it's like what Shamaka Keita say, and I agree with you. It's like what Shamaka Keita say. It depends on the PCA that's used. These calculators can be an error because this can be a small layer of DNA that they sequence very small. So sometimes PCAs pick up on the smallest slight of DNA, and it can increase based off the volume or the oracles it's used when it's sequenced. You get what I'm trying to say?
I understand exactly what you're trying to say. Follow-up question: If this sample had African ancestry, if it was real, what would it look like? It'll look just like this, right?
It'll look just like this, but it'll look just like this. Sometimes probably a little bit more greener.
Right. And that my point was, for people, we should know what it looked like. That was my point. We should know what it looked like, and you can't just come and dismiss it when you don't really understand how to read the chart. And Cedric proved the point. He was reading the chart right. He was talking about the Catarina, and it's all red, and there's no mixing. Then he went to this population and said it's admixture, but it's probably from a port. But the problem is that sample is 10,000 years old. So you have to do the research and ask, why can this 10,000-year-old sample be modeled as admixture, African admixture? And the main thing I said is the interpretation is key. I know what I'm looking at, but what does it mean? I said it could be noise, it could be an error.
It could just be an error. And I want to just say this to Adam, what the brother saying.
Why would you waste our time with some shit you already knew was an error? Bro?
Like, yeah, like we just spent a lot of time on this.
Why would I waste my time? Why would I waste my time?
Waste our time.
Because y'all need to learn how to read that.
Nah,
you know
man,
what we
you just
looking
wasting
at,
niggas' time,
I don't know
bro.
what y'all looking at.
You're wrong. You're wrong. Like, you're wrong, but we don't know what we're looking at. We
come on, let's move on.
Would drastically alter the out of Africa migration, bro? It would, bro.
It wouldn't dismiss the out of Africa migration.
It would.
So how, if it would dismiss the out of Africa migration,
how would you not dismiss it? It would alter it, bro.
How?
Significantly.
How would it alter it if somebody already made the claim? Listen,
would mean,
hold up.
Somebody already made the claim. African population came before the natives crossed that land bridge.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. It doesn't tell you when that ancestry came here. It don't tell you which is older. And somebody already used that ancestry to say.
So that claim of 10,000 years is bogus then. you shoot yourself in the foot, man.
There's a lot of ways to look at this, y'all, but I mean this.
I'm not looking at it no other kind of way. Hey, Gozy, real quick. Sorry for cutting you off there, brother. Hey, Gozy.
What's up, my brother?
Hey, first of all, I was trying to tell him that little signal you see there, that's indicative of the Out of Africa movement. Where you at, Sosa?
Yeah.
How you saying it?
You want to read that?
Oh, man.
You want to read that? So if what you're saying, would you say, Sosa?
You want to read it? Yeah, I'll read the consequences.
Yeah, read that. So we're gonna read something, right?
Is it out of Africa or is it an error?
No. I'm not talking to you. The rest of them is. I'm talking to Sosa. So if what you're saying is right, bro, this would happen to the field. Go ahead, Sosa.
Yeah. So if Sura Semadur 5, Lagos Santa, Brazil, were found to have direct African DNA, it would have profound implications for our understanding of human history, migration, and genetic dispersal. Consequences: rethinking early human migration. Right. So the current understanding, the earliest migration into the Americas are thought to have come from East Asia via the Bering Land Bridge during the late Pleistocene, right? And they got the evidence, right? So evidence of the African would suggest an additional, previously unknown transoceanic migration from Africa to the Americas before or concurrent with these migrations. Like, listen, either before they got there or concurrent with these migrations. This would challenge the out of Africa, Eurasia, America's model and suggest that Africa directly contributed to the peopling of the Americas. Bro, you want me to keep reading on? You want to keep going? Look, evidence of the pre-Columbian transoceanic continent. If African DNA were present in such an ancient sample, it might indicate ancient transatlantic voyages, hypothetical seafaring events bringing African population to South America over 10,000 years ago. Unknown migration route, a completely new migration route from Africa, bypassing Eurasia and Siberia. This will require a re-examination of maritime capabilities and the contact theories in the late Pleistocene or early Holocene. That's just a snapshot. Like, come I think we got to go. That's crazy.
Yeah, we need to move back to Tariq now after show. Yeah, hey, bro, I feel you, yo. Hey, Austin B, yo. You know what they say around here. We know what they say around here.
You know what they say around here. It's very clear, ladies and gentlemen. Pseudo always dies at its source.
Yeah, man, but you got to think about it. But he even agreed the consequence was, bro. The person looking at that, nigga, you think you saw that? Nigga, they would be on that. They would be like, yo, their mind would be blown away.
But my question is, why didn't the community see it? And why didn't all the people that talk about here before Columbus, why didn't they see it?
I seen it when I read the article. I understood what it was. You made a big deal out of that.
Am I wrong by stating the people that believe in here before Columbus? Am I wrong by saying if they saw this, right, they would it should pique their interest. They should easily see that's an anomaly. Am I lying? Am I wrong?
I think
you out the game.
You were on something that
you're wrong. You should have stayed out that chart. It wasn't for you, bro.
All right.
It definitely wasn't
you
for
were
you.
using that as evidence.
All right.
Yeah.
No. I already had discussions with people, and we did additional analysis and downloaded the genomes.
What's their name?
We downloaded the genomes and we ran them through.
Y'all downloaded the genome. Did what?
We downloaded the genomes and ran them through all types of secondary analysis.
Made that up, Austin.
Made that up.
Austin.
So
I'm not
y'all
gonna sit here and play with you, Austin.
Hold on, y'all don't know that you can download.
Austin. Wait a minute. Ain't nobody saying he can't. I'm saying he ain't understand the download. He ain't understand none of it. That's what I'm saying. Get off the chart.
Okay.
That ain't for you, Austin B.
Okay.
Come on, baby. You messed that one up, yo. And you
it's just cheerleaders.
Now we cheerleading, yo. So you don't agree with the Out of Africa movement?
He does, bro.
No, he don't. Not no more. If you right, Austin, we got some kind of way.
It's not about me being right. It's about seeing an article that has an anomaly and noticing it's an anomaly because you know how to read the chart. And everybody that okay, it's the interpretation. It could be noise. It could be like we're all agreeing it's noise. We're all agreeing it's noise.
You don't know how to read the chart.
You don't know how to read the chart.
Okay, but I don't know how to read the chart. But you said the sample has African ancestry and it was from a port. But I don't know how to read the chart.
From a what?
Cedric said it was from a port area and it has African ancestry.
I said when you look at
next topic.
Cedric, go ahead.
Next topic.
Yeah, like you killed us with that, bro. Like that wore me out, bro.
Hey, Cedric didn't say it was from a port. He said it was from a poor area, bro, like a barrio or something. No, he said a poor area. No, he did not. He said a poor area.
Next topic.
Cedric, Cedric, did you say a poor area or port, bro?
I said most likely around an area of confluence. So most likely around a port area.
Right.
Oh,
so Cedric,
that's what I said.
Cedric agrees.
If you're looking at the admixture,
if you're looking at the admixture, the sample has African admixture.
No, Cedric didn't agree with nothing.
But you said that. You said.
But he said modern.
No.
He said the modern population. He said the modern population though too.
Yeah, but that sample is not modern.
Yeah. The modern population,
man, y'all said.
But that sample is not that sample is not modern. That's the point. You're looking at a sample. You came to the same conclusion as me that it has African ancestry, but you assumed it was from a port area. I looked into the supplemental and saw it was 10,000 years old.
When we're looking at the scenarios, first of all, we already concluded that what you're looking at there is most likely a very old component, right? That is just noise. And if you look at the sequence of samples, it's in a couple of them as we move to the right. You can see it at the top there.
You are correct. But you know what? Arguing that is noise.
So that's what I said.
Arguing that is noise is different from arguing it doesn't exist. Right? Arguing
it exists. It exists.
Nobody said
but everybody arguing like it don't exist. It's there.
We understand why
it's just a long conversation.
We understand
But
why
people
it
try
is
to
there,
act like the color
and
ain't.
your conclusion,
The color. I think the colors,
or your
like the colors.
hypothesis has nothing to do with why we recognize it being there.
Yeah, at no point did anybody say it didn't.
We recognize the noise. Yeah.
We didn't say your interpretation of the data is flawed.
Wild.
We see it. We understand why it's there.
Yeah. I already explained to y'all.
Next topic. Come on,
Do that, bro. God damn. I thought we popped back up to fight elbows, man. We in a fight. You got the African teachers.
Yo.
Yeah, because yeah.
Shit, you got.
Yo. So
wait a minute. Let me say this though. I mean, it's no way we could have possibly missed what Sosa said. Sosa said something that was very, very important here. That if you're right, then that would change the whole out of Africa, out of Asia. That some kind of way 10,000 years ago, somebody made a ship voyage, yo, from Africa. It's like you didn't hear that. Like, yo, we can be wrong, bro. That's why I always tell people. Wait a minute.
That's the scientific method.
Aston B, I'm talking, bro. I'm never going to cut you off. And I'm not talking to you. I told you I'm done with you. Right? You can talk, the rest of them enjoy having the conversation, because I'm going to start acting crazy and mess up the whole show for no reason, because I can't handle it. I can't control myself. And I admit it, bro. That's why I don't drink. I can't drink. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do nothing, because I know I can't handle it. So once an individual knows they self, bro, I already know, yo, after I done did all that, after Sosa done told you the consequences of your statements, and you still fighting it, and you stuck your chest out. You was like, oh, I can't believe the community. I was like, wow, dog, like we do this for real. But we always say, stay out of that section there. Don't do all that. Get out of that, because you're gonna mess it up. There's consequences for your statements. And Sosa explained the consequences. Nobody's has a ship at 10,000 years ago, some kind of route that they ain't found yet. Like, it's too much, bro. It's overwhelming, yo. You just gotta say, man, I messed it up. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though, yo. It's okay, bro. It ain't no, we're not experts, yo. I know you read 30,000 articles, bro, but you should have spent that time with an expert and walked you through it. Come on, there ain't nothing wrong with it, though. Ask, come on, bro. You can't keep doing. You can't do us like this, yo. We on your side, man. I want to beat up the FBA and they pseudo, and you giving them a rope.
We not getting a plan.
yeah, a lot of them do say that about us being original Americans and all that.
Jeez, Christmas. So that's my point. It is Christmas Eve. Yeah, I like Aston. At least Aston bring a source, though. See, as long as y'all bring a source, yo, that's why you got this much time to talk, though, because you brought a source.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But he dizzy us though with it. We got dizzy, like it, put it right there. Should have read. All right, boom. Put on S1, CS1. All right, boom. Like, we don't got time. No, it took time to sit there and start reading. It's too fast.
Dizzy is
with the hit us with that before. Hey, bro, look this over.
Yeah, boy. That boot bam slapping us with it. Whoa, wait a minute.
About it. Boom, bro. Then pull back up, and then we could have really, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but if we give it to us fast, we
slow
gotta
down.
Yeah. Hey, look, we up by 50. You can get an ankle injury and mess up the game, yo, for the next game. He said, you shouldn't have did it. Said you in there when he gonna catch you on something. You like, hey, watch, don't do it.
So, you got smoke with me still?
No, I ain't got no smoke with you.
Oh, okay.
What we fighting over, bro?
Mysterious Moroccan harmony.
Not unless you want some smoke, because I'm a smoking guy. I like.
I'm talking about based on the last show, because you know I was crashing out a little bit. You got any unresolved smoke with me, or?
No, that's another episode.
Oh, the Jerusalem.
I'm down for the smoke any day, all day. So whatever you want, bring it. If you're wrong, you're gonna get smoked out.
Hey, Cedric, look, see, African teacher got you. He said you came up with the same conclusion he did. You should have left him alone, Cedric.
And goes, you got smoke with me and goes?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
He working.
We can hear you, Gozy.
He working.
Something about how noise and error work in PCAs. Africans represent the oldest base population of humanity. It's just like when you look at the Native Americans in Brazil, a certain group of them have something called population Y. Population Y are small segments of signals that matches up with people in like Aboriginal Australia or Melanesian or Adam and Eve type people, that layer. So sometimes when you see things in error because there's sub-Saharan African and that's used as a base, right, or a proxy, it's because it's an old signal, or sometimes it can't be determined. So sometimes you'll get that noise. So if you go to certain groups of people in Brazil and that portion of America, they have something called population Y that which signals matches up with people that are the Ottoman Islands or the Adam and East Islands and old people, or even a layer that matches up with Tiwan man, which is an intermediate bridge between early Eastern Eurasians and populations that cross over here. So sometimes that error is just that. But because Africans are the base population examples of the oldest segment of humanity, this is why you get that. So it's nothing really. If you know how to read proxies or understand the proxies of the populations that's being used, that's why it comes up like that. So if a person do interpret it wrong, they will say, "Ooh, this proves African," and it don't. You got to know what you're reading. That's all. This is like if you looked at a Neanderthal DNA. There is not an overall DNA composition that they can sequence for a Neanderthal. So you run the Neanderthal DNA inside some of these PCAs, that shit is going to say Khoisan and Biaka pygmy, because the oldest group or base population at basal for Homo sapiens are those groups of people. So we got to be cautious of that. That's all.
Yeah, it's a channel that they be doing that. It's a white guy. He be doing that. I don't know if he's trying to make fun of black people, but he stay putting up videos of animals taking tests. To us, yeah, these guys are pygmies. These guys are Khoisan.
That dude asshole.
You just got to know how to read the PCAs. It's fun to read. It's just like when they look up Zuzana. Zuzana is a very old sample of people near the Caucasus. So when they run it to population distance, the group that matches up with them would be Anatolian farmers. Under that is pre-Sardinian populations that exist on a modern level. Sometimes they got to use modern populations as a proxy because some of the samples are so old. So they get the closest thing in population distance. So you got to know how to read the PCAs. That's all.
All right. So previously we had a show, and we appreciate you though, Aston B. Though we appreciate you bringing the source, man. We always
Appreciate
have
you, brother.
conversations through source, yo. Yeah, we ain't. Yeah, we just vehemently disagree
Oh,
based off the ramifications, bro. So,
but can I say one thing though?
Absolutely, bro. Go ahead.
Ramifications change, and that's the scientific method, right? Old theories are overwritten all the time. Remember, it was Clovis, and that's pre-Clovis. First, it was Native America was set at 12,000 years ago. Now they're looking at 25, maybe even 30,000 years ago.
I agree.
Bro, that ain't catastrophic, my nigga. Like pushing the Clovis point being pushed back, that's not catastrophic.
I know, but my point was when I saw it, I'm like, why ain't nobody else saying anything about this? Even if it's noise, it still stands out like a sore thumb. That was my point.
Not. Maybe to you though, yo. It might stick out like a sore thumb to you.
Yeah, well, you don't read the studies. So if you read the studies,
an expert probably looked at that because like I tell you, most laymen's ain't looking at journals. It's just
that's not true. There are entire communities where people read and discuss journals. That's the community I'm from.
I'm saying
I didn't grow up on the YouTube streets.
No, I didn't say that you don't, or a lot of people don't. I said most people, laymen's aren't looking at.
Most laymen's don't study DNA, but people that do.
Which is still making my point, bro. It's still making my point, right? So they're not going to even see that, to even have any type of disagreement with it, or even question about it. That's not even something they're going to see, right? Because normally they're going to read the abstract, they may read some of the body, and then they're going to read the conclusion.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about here's a perfect example. When among my little study group, when I saw it, I posted it, and I'm like, everybody, tell me what this says. And you know what they said? They said, do not let ABO see this. Keep this here. Do not let them see this. They're gonna run with it.
Yeah, like you running with it though, yo.
I'm not running with it.
Well, that's kind of like a tweak.
I said interpretation was the key.
It's not exactly they claim though, because they're gonna try to run away from the African part.
But I want us to be able to see stuff and know what it would look like, right? I don't believe in here before Columbus or this and that, but when they publish ancient DNA on American samples, I download and I read it. Right?
Look, Sunchild is in the building.
I read it.
Now. Sunchild, this is what he said. He said, good. He said, point taken, Ashton B. Before Columbus, right? He said He said that, right? He said that the Abos could use this. Like, very interesting. Know what that means, nigga? And I'm peak finna use that for African argument in America and argue with us in the Discord for the next month or so. I promise you.
But argue it is good. That's how people learn.
Nah.
They don't want no African ancestry. They want to run away from that completely.
Well, I mean, what they need to do is find a sample that supports them. That's their job, is to find something that supports them like this, and then the opposite team's job is to say no, that don't support you because this is an anomaly, this is an error.
So you're telling them they must do confirmation bias, go and look for a source that supports their claim, or just follow where the evidence leads?
They should do both. If they arguing with somebody, they're gonna produce the data that supports them. Absolutely.
All right.
Learn how to read PCAs, bro. The community's stupid. Let's just be honest. So when they see misinformation and they see shit crap like this, they're gonna say, "Oh, this proves Africans." So that's why Ashton was trying to get on here just to show people the PCA to see what people know. This is really teaching people. You get what I'm trying to say? Because if the pseudo see this, they're gonna say that's African and they don't know how to read PCA. Trying to learn how to read PCA. That's what people need to do.
He just showed it in Gozy.
Gozy, you missed it
now. The cat's out the bag, baby.
Yeah, you missed it, Gozy. You missed it, Gozy.
Okay.
He ain't come on here. I know he ain't come on here to give me a test.
I came on here to give everybody a test. This is a test of the community, and I think the community is down bad and don't know how to read basic admixture charts and don't know too much about genetics.
If you come to give us a test, how you gonna lose the test? How you lose the test?
No, I'm saying, why would you think that the community at large to read PCAs, bro?
If we sitting here,
you can't read it because you didn't recognize that as noise.
You didn't recognize it as noise either, right?
So you agree that it's noise now? You said it is noise now.
That's most likely noise now.
He said it could be. He said it could be. He did say it could be.
It could be an error.
No, what is it? No.
He said it could be.
Anything could be, bro. What is it most probably, bro?
Y'all going? I'm not going for it. I heard what Ngozi said. I hear what both of them saying. I'm not listening.
You heard Cedric say it's admixture too, and it's
no because he twisted his ankle messing with you.
No, he read it as it should be read, and he made a conclusion, but he didn't check the stuff to see it's 10,000 years old.
I would like to say this. When you came in here, yo. That's why I slowed it down. I told them, I say, everybody don't jump in. Yo, you actually right now think that green represents some African DNA, yo, in the Americas. Are you trying to say you ain't saying that, yo? Because I heard you say it, and you might can get Gozy. Gozy wasn't on here earlier. You trying to say, you saying you wasn't trying to say that, Mr. Aston? Aston B.
I said it depends on how you want to interpret it.
No, I want to interpret
my very first analysis. I said it could be noise, it could be an error, it could be contamination.
I didn't hear that.
I can bring up screenshots where I'm talking with other people, and I'm like,
it could be noise,
it could be
contamination. Talk about this show, nigga. I don't know what you said around the corner.
Yeah, stop, yo. Don't make me pay the rewind on that. Come on, yo. You didn't ask. You came in here. I'm like, let me hear what you say.
Here's the thing, though. We can't act like it's not there.
Oh, that's the tell, Gozy. That's the tell.
If it's a small amount, doesn't mean it's right back.
It's about 12%.
He comes right back. And what does that? Sosa kept asking you to take a position. What does that mean? We can't ignore it's there. We understand it's there. It's most likely noise. What's your position? Well, it's right there. It's right there. You don't stand on anything, so you could flip them all the way around.
I can't prove it's noise. Right, and what I don't want to happen. This is what I don't want to happen.
You can't prove it's noise.
I can't prove
if it's not noise. If it's not noise, what is the alternative? If it is not noise, what is the alternative?
Right, you had to change the whole field. There's no.
It could be contamination. Contamination is not noise.
So you ain't trusting the scientists?
Oh, that's true too. Contamination is not noise.
No,
also because of the unusual position, K6 right there, because most of the time when you see it, it is unusual in this position. But
it's extremely unusual.
Unusual. When you would know how to read PCAs, it could be extremely unusual, but it can be a contaminant. It still could be noise. It could be error. But we also know when you see the sub-Saharan in green based off this PCA, Sub-Saharans represents the oldest base population of Homo sapiens. It's just like when, for example, when Anatolian farmers. Sometimes in some PCAs, you'll see Anatolian farmers, some PCAs use a base population for them or a non-African population, they use Mbuti. But you'll literally think, is this really Mbuti? But it's literally not that. It's just a proxy that's used based off the PCA. So that's all it is. So it could be a contaminant. It could be noise. Either way, I know for a fact that it's just something that's older. Because you got to think, the oldest population of natives where you can find a larger Native American genome at base is populations in Brazil compared to Native Americans in North America.
Correct.
It's the natives in Brazil when you can find the largest samples of Native Americans compared to natives in North America, further north. You're not going to really find it up there compared to the southern portions of America. That's why they're the best proxy. The people in Brazil, the best proxy to use for base stratum ancient Native Americans.
Can I add something to that?
Go ahead.
But for those that's knows about the community, one thing that's happening right now, specifically with North African and West Asian samples, is every time they see African or sub-Saharan African in these ancient samples, they chalking it up as noise, right? So ancient Egyptian samples that's coming out at 6% sub-Saharan or 10%, they saying, oh, that's noise. Ancient DNA from the Levant that's coming up as African, oh, that's noise. Stuff from ancient Europe, noise.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't know if
Is
you're not in
that
the circle.
is
No,
that
no,
not
I know. Don't do that because I know it's ancient samples.
Turn it down.
Is that not depending
Young guy,
on the layer of the component, on
Yeah,
the layer
ancient
of the
samples.
component that they're finding and how old they are?
What's happening is in the scientific community and especially in the layperson community, they marking everything up as noise.
Go get that.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, go get that. I'm saying you made that up to support what you're trying to do right here.
Now we got another thing, like when people use DNA tribes, which is bogus, to try to say, look, this proves sub-Saharan Africans. And
That's Aston B. He do that.
No, I don't. No, I didn't.
And when they use that for the ancient Egyptian sample, they don't even know what they were sequencing. That was based on pathogens and disease that matches up with groups of people in certain sub-Saharan areas, like malaria and sickle cell and different things. But people use that and say, oh, this proves sub-Saharan African. And they really don't know the size of that sub-Saharan African layer that's shared. It can be very, very, very small, but these PCAs can sometimes exaggerate percentages as if it's that. Now, when it comes to this, for example, the Ibero-Maurutians. The Ibero-Maurutians were 40 to 35% sub-Saharan Yoruba and Hadza-like. But the thing about the Yoruba and Hadza-like, that can actually be ancestral North African, a distinct group that wandered in North Africa before the West Asian Zuzana back migrated into the region. That Hadza and Yoruba-like. So we got to be very like the wordage that they use or the verbiage or the nomenclatures that they use in labeling and naming things can get real tricky and complex, because there is a distinct ancient ancestral North African that was distinct from populations east and west, but still shared very close affinity because they drift from ancestral East Africans anyway, especially when you talk about Assyrians who migrated up there 150,000 years ago and diverged from ancestral East Africans. So when they looked at the Ibero-Maurutians and said Yoruba Hadza-like, is it really Yoruba Hadza-like, or is it distinct ancestral North African? That's the intermediate bridge between populations that left out of Africa and populations in the deep interior portions of Africa. Yeah.
Yo, if you don't shut up.
Did y'all hear me or y'all couldn't hear me?
No, I can hear you loud and clear, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So I heard all that. Yeah.
Are we gonna move forward, Uncle? We gonna?
Yeah, we move forward. I gotta get this title. I don't like the word black. Let me see.
Still dealing with the adults thing. Did anybody hear Umar Johnson respond to this yet? Because I'm surprised he ain't said nothing.
What you mean?
About this whole Fat Joe thing.
I think he said something. He tapped on Fat Joe. Umar Johnson is pseudo too, bro. He thinks the Olmecs is African.
He's pseudo, but he's hilarious. That dude is funny. I be watching him, man. He's funny as heck.
I think he's a waste of time.
He's funny, man.
I'll tell you guys just reading this stuff, man. I've been doing it for a minute, and me and him go backwards and forth a few times on this. These PCAs is very fun to read when you really get into it. It's really fun. It's like really entertaining to see what's going on.
Yeah, because populations change, phenotype change. It's like a time stamp in time to see like what the people were at different times.
No matter what, you ain't gonna make these natives African Americans, and
I
that's
don't
what them
believe. I don't
jokers
believe they
trying to do.
are.
No, they're
I don't
not.
believe. Unfortunately, I think.
Come on,
The people
Ashton.
that talk about, my grandmother was this. I think they're using bad language to explain how they have some Native American ancestry, and so they may have 1 to 5% or whatever, but they're using that small bit of ancestry to claim that entire identity, and that's like the weird part for
Right.
me, you know. And I tried to explain certain things for them because like the argument that they making that there was some Aboriginal people here and they're part this, part that, part this, part that. Okay, you would see that on the in DNA if it existed, but it don't exist. So
Exactly. That's why they scared of DNA. It's like raid to them.
it is, but it's unfortunate because, and I have this conversation with them, and I'm like, genetic science is at the forefront of medicine, and they're going to be using genetic science and CRISPR technology to cure sickle cell.
Yes.
And here you are with sickle cell, a trait from Africa to deal with an African mosquito, and you walking around acting like you're Aboriginal,
Yeah.
but they're going to use that technology to cure some of the diseases that you have based on where your ancestors are from. And it's like, how many people have been exonerated with DNA? Mostly Black people. Paternity tests. I'm like, y'all don't believe in paternity tests? Y'all don't believe in
Exonerated
DNA
me.
exoneration? But identity is strong. Identity is strong. And
Social construct.
my conclusion on that, especially since we're dealing with like reparations, I just tell them, you're Aboriginal, you Indian, so don't talk about reparations for people that got off slave ships. Go ahead and take your
They ain't
claim.
going for that.
Take your claim up with the Bureau of Indian Affairs because we're disaggregating, we delineating, right? We delineating.
I think they
So
want reparations
That's when they're gonna jump on the
their
Tariq
identity.
Nasheed
right, but even
train. FBA, baby.
even if that's true, and what they believe is true, you have a totally different claim of being an Aboriginal person whose land was stolen and you've been here for 10,000 years. That's a totally different justice claim than people for slavery.
You're right,
Even
because
if
one is
y'all want to believe that, get out of our boat because y'all didn't come here by boat and go over there
No,
and be
man.
Indian.
Hey,
because
if I don't play
Sometimes
that
you
clip by
gotta
Tariq,
you gotta
no,
let
check this
people
out though, bro.
be what they are,
I know,
right?
but Tariq Nasheed say that it's a mixing. He says is Arab is the native folks mixed in with slaves, mixed in with blacks that's been here before the slave trade. That's
Okay,
what he
well,
said.
he trying to diversify.
if you want to take a whole identity,
Right, diversify exactly.
yeah, but if you want to take a whole identity that you something else, then you something else, right? If it's a Jewish person that escaped the camps by claiming a different identity, oh, I'm a Spanish Jew, so really I'm Spanish, so I'm gonna avoid the concentration camps. They can't swing back around and talk about give me reparations. No, you avoided the camps. You
Right,
took a
I
whole
agree
different
with you.
identity.
Right.
So you want to be an ethnic traitor? Go over there with y'all group. Y'all a totally different ethnicity. How can we delineate from Jamaicans, Haitians, Caribbeans, Africans, but then be like, oh no, but people that's been here 5 years ago and people that's been here 20,000 years ago are the same people? No, those are two ethnically different groups with totally different DNA. So y'all go over there on the short bus and get out of our
Uh-huh.
business.
And the difference is one is a kidnapped victim, the other just got his ass kicked on his own land, which is crazy.
If they
So
could prove it.
you want some crumbs. That's all they can really do is look at how white folks treat modern Native Americans. Here, we give you a little shack, brother. Give you some alcohol, give you a couple dollars. They ain't doing that. They're not getting rid of this white boy. We wasn't asked to come here. We were brought here against our will. So we got a real gripe from being ripped from somewhere. They got their ass whooped on their land. I don't know how much I can fight for you if somebody kicked your door down and whooped you in front of your whole family. That's
Not only
wild.
that, not only that, these people will to your face say, I didn't done my genealogy and none of my ancestors were slaves. So I'm like, why, when I search your profile on Twitter, you got all this shit about reparations? Your people were never slaves Stop talking about reparations. Stop talking about
Exactly.
blackity black. You Indian, go over there with the Indians. They don't want to
Right.
hear that.
I'm saying
Indians ain't
the
accepting them. They
grandmother.
ain't letting them in. Bump that.
I'm saying
So
the grandmothers, like the grandmothers that would have made that type of commentary, would have been grandmothers that were born in like the 40s and the 30s. These wouldn't
man,
be
let's
like
keep it
modern
real.
day. Yeah, these wouldn't be like
Sleeping with white
modern day.
boys.
Yeah, it would be modern day grandmothers saying that shit, right? So like even for Doggy Diamond, once your grandmother told you that, the first thing you should do right then is you want to take a DNA test. So, like you're gonna, you feel me? Validate that. Like I'm 5.5% Native, Native American, but my thing is Mesoamerican. I'm saying, you know what I mean? So
Hey man,
my
no
thing is
Hey,
like
no Native
that part of
American.
America.
I ain't got
You know
no
what I mean?
Native
So it's
American.
like you would see it there. So somebody going back there. So that means like somewhere like maybe a great grandmother, a great grandmother. You know what I'm
That
saying?
was part of the
Or maybe
story.
they would have a lot of
man,
something like that.
their
But
grandmas was half white. That's what they need to tell
yeah,
the
no
truth. Them was
recent,
white boys doing that.
It's
Man,
that, and
relax.
it's $5 Indians,
yeah, no
right? The
recent
ancestor
Oh
that we
grandmother.
shit.
think is
Yeah,
Native American is from a white person that was a $5 Indian, or it's from a Native American that owns your ancestors because they practiced slavery too. And
Or a
one
regular
thing I
white
try to,
boy.
I try to, the importance of DNA. For the record, I'm part of the ADOS Advocacy Foundation. I'm a chapter member, and we can't be in court fighting the government talking about we got off slave ships for somebody to stand up like, oh, we was already here. Oh no, we Hebrews, are we this? Like they messing up the whole game. And for those that know of like epigenetics, the epigenetics of slavery and Jim Crow that's in our blood,
That's right.
you have to compare our DNA to an African, right? You have to compare us to the source population to see the differences in hypertension, blood pressure, fight, flight response, etc. And they're
Absent,
talking about they're Aboriginal. Like, no,
absent.
yeah, that's
it's
part
so
So
of
we
the
much.
need to
It's so much
let's
that's
listen. So I want to keep the conversation on Tariq Nasheed and the FBA. So Ashton, so how does that conflict with the organization you're aligned with? I think it kind of split the organization first of all.
well, for those that
ADOS, it was crazy. It's a crazy
for
scenario
those that
right
are
there.
familiar, ADOS was
yeah.
coined as a hashtag movement, and people sort of ran off and did their thing, and they was doing chapter work and
Yvette Cornell and Tone Talks.
yeah, Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks, and Tariq got a hold of it and he's like, oh, I like that, that's good. And long story short, he splintered it to grift. He's a grifter, and he splintered it off to monetize it. And so FBA directly from him, it's not an organization, it's not a foundation, it has no leader, it's not doing politics. This is from his mouth. It's only a lineage.
Yeah, because see, the
And
ADOS movement was when they started it. Like I said, Tariq was just ADOS. He wasn't. There was no. He was an ADOS person, but his ideas conflicted with what they was talking about. They was like, bro, they don't want you
he
representing
wasn't
the ADOS
serious.
movement. So
He
then
wasn't
he was like,
serious.
all right, well, because he was trying to throw his own events
Yeah.
up the using the ADOS name, and then but he got but he also got these pseudo arguments, and they're pretty scientifically literate over there, Red Cornell and Tone, and historically literate. So they're not going to be
Yeah.
saying, "No, we were here before." Like they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So that's why he split the group and started FBA. You know what I'm saying? And then he
And
added it. You know what I mean? So yeah. So a
one
lot of
thing you'll
FBA.
notice, like the seriousness of ADOS. I'm in the Jersey chapter. We're working on specific legislation specific to New Jersey for us.
Yeah.
FBA is not. They're not working on anything because it's not a political movement. It's just a way to extract money and put it in his bank account. And so I don't watch Tariq. I don't like Tariq. I kind of see him for what he is. So there's that.
That's how you get that
What the
fake
hell? What the hell do they even
fake
mean? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell do they even mean? What 3% of
Foundational Black
African?
American.
He found another way to say, like, ADOS, African descendants of slavery. So he figured fundamental Black Americans.
American
This is another
descendants
way
of
of saying it.
slavery.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
Something specific.
So
More specific.
I think
crazy.
we'll do it like this, right? We'll do it. Let's do it like this for a second. While we at it, let's just share the screen and let's see if what you said is true about them just monetizing, right? So here's the website right here. As you scroll through the website, there's no real literature here. All right, you can buy some hats.
Yeah, he don't got the crazy talk on the website though. I already look. He don't got the wild shit saying.
Right.
He got the regular history that everybody use on his website.
I see it. Yeah,
stuff
stuff to buy. Look, all the stuff you can buy, right? Not a problem. You're supposed to monetize your own culture, your own ideas. Got his book on here. That's fine. Beautiful pictures. FBA, maroon flag. Got his flag. Made a flag.
Yeah.
Got your shirts, right? You're supposed to do all this. Yeah, there you go. It's the website. The FBA holiday. So he made his own holidays up for it. Okay, no problem. We supposed to be able to do all that. Great official got shirts, right? All right, there you go. Got everything going for you, but you ain't got no serious literature on this joint. So yeah, it's that.
And he got the museum. Don't forget he got the museum.
He got his museum. I don't see it on here, but
and when you purchase that merchandise, where does the money go to?
It's gonna go to him. That's his
is it going to a foundation? Is it going to to craft a bill or to do research?
Nah. I don't think he's represented as that. But people don't see that. You get it? Like it's a business for him. That's what he do. That's how he gets money.
Bread, like off that whole thing.
But you know what? You know what it does do? It gives, in a way, and Yvette has said this, she's kind of happy it exists because it gives unserious people an avenue to go to. They can go over there and do that stuff and sort of be, unhinged. And if I just wanted to delineate but not do political work, FBA, and I don't really have to do anything. But if you talk about ADOS, you talk about become a chapter member, it's work. It's work.
Yeah.
Last month I read 900 bills.
I think you got a point.
Looking for specific bills that have to do with
between your 16,000 and 900 bills, though, you ain't doing nothing but stuck in the corner with some water and some food with the paper.
One at a time, man. One at a time.
Anyway, man, it's been a great show, man. Hit the cash. Well, hold on, man. Let me see. We talking. And we played the clips on the other show. We can finish going through the clips if y'all want to. Right? And like I maintained on the last show, that here's the foundation of where people stand now when they start talking about they quote unquote indigenous to this land. Tariq did that movie, Hidden Colors, which is a pseudoscientific movie, a pseudoscientific documentary, right? And not in the true sense of a documentary with real documented. That's not that.
I was so proud of that movie.
Rigor, huh? Couldn't hear you.
When I first saw that movie, I was so proud of that movie, man. It put strength in me.
You didn't have it. You didn't have it. It's a level of.
But then we grew up, though. We grew up.
We grew up.
Colors 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, then I grew up and I said, God dang, that thing pseudo.
Hidden Colors 1, 2, and 3 with Phil Valentine, Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yeah, man, they was kicking it, bro.
With that girl, that Rashida Ali, with the other girl with the hat.
Man, yeah, man.
Whatever her name is, I forgot her name. Yeah.
Can I say one thing about epigenetics?
Go ahead.
Somebody asked epigenetics with a question mark. Epigenetics is somewhat of a new study on how, gene expression can be passed down through trauma, right? And so they did a lot of studies on Jewish people that went through concentration camps. And so like the ones that went through concentration camps, their fight-flight response is all messed up. They're quicker to aggression. They have hypertension, higher blood pressure, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the interesting is their kids have the same thing and their kids' kids have the same thing. Of course, the family that escaped the camps, they don't have that. So when you look at us in the history of slavery and Jim Crow, there's a lot of data that talks about epigenetic changes in us. For instance, the telomeres, which is the space between your chromosomes, is shorter in Black Americans. And shorter telomeres is an indication of increased genetic age. So they can prick your finger and look at your DNA and predict by genetics you're about 45 years old. But for us, it may say you're 47 to 50 years old, even though you may be 42 or 43 years old. Resting heart rate. When you go to sleep, your heart is supposed to be at a certain rate, but our resting heart rate, even when we sleep, it's like we're not asleep. The aggression, it's a at every level. There's all these issues, and that is a study called epigenetics. And you have a higher propensity
You
for
got to be
this.
careful not to
Yeah, you
overemphasize
went far.
that.
You went far.
No,
You
he on
stress.
point. He's on
You see,
point. He's on
DNA. You
point.
see, you went a
He's
little
on
far
point.
for my life.
It's
Like
on point.
I said, that they've already proven. I already had this conversation before. Like I said, I'm
from slavery.
They can prove that that can at least go trans at least 3 generations. They can prove that.
Okay, I'm talking about from slavery though.
Probably more. Even babies.
You understand, like
babies,
the people, they got people that were
resting heart
slaves
rates
that like the
are out of
ancestors.
whack.
I think the last slave ancestor died like in the 50s or 60s. But like, so we got people that are not that many generations away from slavery.
But it's not just slavery; it's also
Yeah, but they still in bad environments though. So
I'm
I mean, you take a
that.
person out of that
I
environment,
got a question,
and they ain't nothing like that. Whatever it is that you think would have been passed down to them, they overcome it.
It's all this. It's not.
No, they don't. They don't
saying,
overcome it when you're looking at the heart rate of
in
our
the genes,
newborns,
bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we talked about it earlier. They got studies with rats. Like you got to actually take time.
Yeah, that's in rats though. That's in rats.
They have studies with humans too. They have studies with Black
pull
Americans.
that. I
They
like
have
to read
studies
that.
with Jewish people. And this is actually
No, are you listening?
There's other environmental factors you got.
No, go ahead, so you know what I'm saying. I'm saying from slavery. You saying what? Because that's the comment. That's not moving to a couple generations. Let's say from slavery. You saying you got some people that died.
Trauma, whether it's from, we can be from Jim Crow, red lines, all the trauma and all the things that happened. Like I said,
we were talking about from slavery though. We were talking about people in slavery.
I say epigenetic effects of slavery and Jim Crow. I combine them both.
I can say slavery too. I tell you, the last slave died in the I think in the mid. I can't remember right now. I think in the mid 1900s, bro. The actual last slave.
We're gonna have to do a show now on this.
I don't know about that, so I can't. I'm not sure. I can
Google it real quick. Just Google it. Ask the robot real quick. Promise you, like. Yeah, like, but what he's saying is what he's saying right there. Everything he said was online with
Well, it's serious. It's serious, and the type of people that don't want to recognize it are the people that are pushing back against our justice claim because they know what they did, right? And they want to talk about, oh, y'all inferior because of, cold. What's the theory they use? It was cold in Europe, so they had to learn how to do things. And in Africa, you could just walk and pick up fruit or whatever stupid ideas they have. They want to use things like that to talk about inferiority, but they don't want to recognize the effects of what happened here. So, I mean, you may not believe it, but that's something you should definitely...
No, I didn't say I didn't. No, I'm saying I don't agree with your very... Hold on, let me say this.
They died in 1940.
Hold on, let me say this. I'm saying is I want to read this study because there's other things besides like there are other environmental factors that can cause stress that will cause African Americans on a whole to have shorter telomeres, like your diet, your exercise, your exposure to toxins, or you're living in rural areas, you're living in areas, I'm saying, not governed properly by certain things that could cause those telomeres short. You know what I'm saying? Like your health disparities, right?
Yeah.
Not going to the doctors, the way you eat your food, all that. So I'm not the one to just say that it's just based off the stress that was caused from slavery or Jim Crow. That's my point of saying I don't agree.
Yeah, and we are 6 to 8 generations removed from slavery. So if it is 3 to 4 generations deep, then that direct connection isn't there anymore.
Slavery and Jim Crow, and they've tested this in babies, and so babies haven't grown up to go through that type of trauma, so they're seeing inherited trauma. Everybody should research epigenetics. It is crucial for knowing what's going on in your body. Say black don't crack on the outside, but on the inside, there's a lot going on.
My grandmother was born in 1930. Okay. So I'm one generation. My mother's another generation. My grandma was born in 1930. Okay, that's 3 generations. My great grandma was born in the 1800s. That's 4 generations. So when you go back 5, that's already 4 generations puts you in slavery, not 6. You're talking about going back to the beginning of slavery. Slavery ended in 1865.
56. 1865. 1865. Slavery ended. It's 159 years removed. It's approximately 6 to 8 generations.
Cedric.
Yeah, we did talk about. Hold on, whoa. Hold on, let me say this.
Listen,
we did kind of. Y'all got a point. Y'all got a point.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying, Cedric. My grandmother was born in 1930.
I heard you.
Right. My mother was born roughly 1956. It's my mother.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
I see.
So I'm one. I see. My mother's 2. I can see. My grandmother's 3. My great grandmother's 4. She's in the 1800s. That's 4 generations.
Exactly. Our grandparents for us. So we are already 2 generations out of that conversation.
Austin, Austin and Cedric. I mean, my fault.
Hold on. Let me ask you this, Cedric. How many generations are you from slavery?
Me, Cedric.
I'm only 4 generations
between
from slavery.
Between 6 and 8.
Maybe less because
slavery ended here. Slavery ended here a little bit later, about the 1880s. So
yeah, so you're not 6 generations, bro. Like,
no, you if you're from the Caribbean, it's like you a lot closer because those slaves were, worked to death. So there was always a fresh influx of Africans coming.
They died quick over there. So let me say this though. So based off, let me make this point. Let me make this point. Based off of what Austin and Sosa is saying, I'm saying I would have to agree with that. My disagreement would be what I just talked about. There are a lot of other factors besides just the stress caused by being enslaved. But yes, they can actually. Yes, I'm thinking that and getting close to seeing that type of trauma can be passed down. But I just say it's other factors. So I agree with y'all on that point. I don't want to be the guy that can never be wrong or mischaracterize things because I can, right? And when I think about it, I think they have a great point. I know they like you said, we talked about it, so they had some studies in rats and all that stuff. But yeah, that's theoretically speaking, I'm gonna say that. Theoretically speaking, that's a possibility.
But wait a minute.
No,
a lot of times,
not theoretically.
The people
No, not theoretically. They have the Dutch winter study. They have the Dutch winter
Hold on,
study.
everybody. Let me say this real quick. A lot of times, the people used to be examples for these studies are people that are still in bad conditions. So yeah, they act out. What about people like me that have escaped the bad condition? So are you saying that epigenetics don't apply to me?
Joe,
they study rats
for a minute. Everybody freeze for a minute. Everybody freeze for a minute. Asking, you don't got to type in it. Hold on, Sosa. Asking, you don't got to type in the chat. You say, this information he is hearing about for the first time. It's like you're trying to get it. Hold on, brother. It's like you're trying to get a Kodak moment. Me and Sosa, we had long fights in the Discord that you don't want to be a part of. So this is not the first time I heard that. Yeah, we did a whole
join the Discord.
Talk about what are you talking about? You don't got to do that in the chat. Just say it right here, though, Austin. You don't got to get an aha moment. I admitted you was right. Should that not be enough? I'm not dismissing anything outright like that. I don't do that, Austin. Come on, bro. Let's give it a buck. Go ahead, Austin. Cat got your tongue.
No, it's always I'll say something and then you'll be like,
So what? That's me. I do everybody like that. So what?
We had the epigenetics discussion long before. We know about the Dutch winter. How, for example, the Dutch, especially those people up in the north, they have high blood pressure. They have, they're usually obese. And why? Because of the starvation they faced. And they recognized that up until the people in the 1980s. So they were studying the epigenetic effects of starvation during the Dutch hunger winter. So we've done these discourses. So we know the subject. What I'm saying, that one-on-one correlation that you're making, look at Joel's point. So now you're dismissing his experience. The epigenetic effects didn't take place on him. So what we're saying is not a one-on-one relationship, and there are other factors that play into that. You can't just paint that brush so easily. That's the point.
somebody asked what it was.
It's
So
just
I was
limited
I
though,
was
yo.
explaining what it was, and when I explain what it is, I'm gonna give an example of what it is.
No, when and if you're
No, I'm saying the
explaining
limit is
epigenetics,
limitations,
then
yo.
you say the expression, the expression of a particular gene that is based on your environment. You and your siblings can have the same genetic makeup, but the expression of any particular gene varies based on the circumstances that you were constructed under.
But
Yeah. So
There you
the
go.
incorrect
Do
That's
part
we all
some
is
agree?
gangster
it's
shit.
Oh,
Oh, that's
do
some
y'all
gangster.
agree?
it's
yeah,
not the
so when they're talking
environment,
about one African
because you can
American, they're
remove
not
people
talking
out
about
of
like
the environment.
they're not talking
That's
about
the
one
key.
Y'all
African
talking about
American. So that's when Joel says, "Well, what about me? You already fucked up." It's
so
not
y'all
about
talking
one
about
person.
transgenerational epigenetics. Am I correct?
Yes.
Y'all talking about transgenerational epigenetics in humans.
Yeah.
Am I
Yes,
correct?
yes.
All right. Okay. So y'all do agree it's limited information on it, limited
What does
studies on
that
it. It's
mean?
still developing. The field is still developing.
Still
Every
developing.
field
We
is
can
still
agree on that.
developing.
No. It's in its. Come on, man. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying
Listen. Neuroscience is in its infancy. Evolutionary psychology is in its infancy. That's not saying anything. What I'm saying is that they
I'm saying
proven
with direct
already.
evidence linking slavery to epigenetics inheritance is limited. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about neuroscience.
So,
That's what I'm saying. Am I
yeah.
wrong in that? That's what
Yeah,
I read
with
last time.
direct evidence linking slavery into
Yes,
it.
that's what we were talking about at first. Remember, that's why I said that.
Yes.
That's what we started off with. And
Limited evidence,
Yeah, that's
limited and
exactly
no
what white
evidence
people
is
want
not
you to believe.
limited and no evidence is
see,
different.
no, I know, but
said,
I'm saying that's what it
but there's
started off with,
also
and he shifted it real
even
quick.
from slavery.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, I'm saying so. Even if you limited it from slavery, you
right?
still got all the environmental factors of
Yes, I agree.
the
Yeah,
Jim
I
Crow
never said.
red
Yep.
line.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that's
All right.
it. All those things
Hey,
have epigenetic effects.
hey, Ass, I just gotta keep
That's
an
why
eye
I
on you,
said
though,
the
bro.
epigenetics of slavery and
I
Jim
gotta keep
Crow.
an eye on you, bro.
Because you were babies, and because my grandmother was a baby in the womb
I
at that
keep
time.
my eye on him,
Yeah.
though. So
My
Your
mother was in a
grandmother was
womb.
a
My mother
baby
was
in
in
the
a
room,
womb. You feel
and
me?
the
In the
grandmother
50s,
already had the ovaries
56.
with the eggs in there.
uh,
Think about that.
I'm listening, bro. I'm
When you
listening.
talk about generational trauma.
I'm just saying it's limited, yo. Let's not act like let's not dive too far. Let's keep it where it's at to more available data. That's all I'm saying. Come on, bro.
In terms of slavery, but the epigenetic studies itself,
Yes,
is
absolutely.
not is where we are. Like we're not.
Got you. No problem with that. Clarity in these conversations needed, man. So when you going live again? Oh, that's right. You out. You ain't going live. You out and about.
I may do some after Christmas when I'm maybe the day after something. When Andy coming on? Oh, you gotta have a date. Maybe we get a date. I'm gonna get
a date for Andy. Oh shit. Am I messing it up? Hold on, yo. Damn. Andy is coming on. Hey, Austin. Hey, Aston. That's gonna be a good one too. Andy, he's an evolutionary biologist. Hold on, let me see. No.
evolutionary psychologist.
Psychologist. Hold on.
What's his last name?
Dr. Andy Thompson.
Andy Thompson. All right. Okay, so it's gonna be the 29th. Addressing definitions. Okay, we're gonna talk about agnostic, atheism, humanism, byproduct versus adaptation, and the bell curve. All right, and then we can throw in some of this right here. Yep, that's where we at.
That's the 29th? Okay, good.
29th. Early, gonna get out the way early. Get him in there.
Yeah,
He
want
like
to
to
hear.
stay he wants to stay forever.
Want to hear
Can't
that
lose his
position
time.
on what?
It's so studying up.
Has he been on your show before?
Yes, he has.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to say that was one of the best shows that I've ever seen on your channel.
Okay, thank you, bro.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Okay,
excellent.
Thank you, brother. I think this show is right there. Me and you fighting. Oh, Andy Thompson. Yep, do a great job, yo.
Yeah,
What, he been on there twice, right?
Yeah, at least twice.
Yeah, Andy been on twice.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, gang,
Let me
yo.
break out, y'all. I gotta go.
All right, hey, Ashton,
All right,
appreciate
bro.
you coming through. Appreciate you bringing sources, man. Always appreciate you coming through, right? We
Yeah,
just
thank y'all
fun
very
sometimes.
much. Everybody enjoy their holiday if you celebrate.
Yeah.
Stay safe
Appreciate
out
you,
there.
bro.
All right, man.
Same to you, my brother.
All right. Merry Christmas and
Merry Christmas, Happy New
Coming
Year.
on the 29th. All right, for sure.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Feliz Navidad.
Your ass.
Cookie chocolate.
Happy Kwanzaa and shit. You know.
Cookie chocolate. That ain't till when is that? That's 26, right?
Yeah, Sosa got it. Happy Kwanzaa, man. There you go.
Yeah, it ain't yet. Kwanzaa ain't till the 20 the next day. Kwanzaa beat you up, yo. You start forgetting. You know I can't do it every day.
Bruh, that joint like a week long.
Yeah, yo, we gotta slow that up, man. So anybody else want to add anything to the discourse? On the way out the door. Y'all ain't nobody hit the Cash App. Y'all tripping.
Wore out. I wore out.
I know we were asking boys out.
I gotta take a nap. Lay down a little while.
I wanted to deal with a different topic, but yeah, they was that. I don't know what that was.
What you want to beef about 93?
I wanted to talk about what he wanted to talk about for the title, but you know I ain't ducking no smoke when it comes to info. I'm a student all day, right or wrong, you know.
Yeah,
he wanted to discuss FBA. FBA.
Let's do it. Let's discuss FBA. I mean,
we got a half an hour.
Half an hour. Okay, that's just enough time.
Because we like a wishmaker.
It's about to be an hour longer right here.
No, it won't be. I got zero. Look, no, it won't be. Zero. It's zero. These moments are precious in the household.
You know you celebrating Christmas tomorrow. Stop
of
the
course. And I'm gonna enjoy being around my family. Absolutely.
You're right. You should.
Nice Christmas tree. I got a slick Christmas tree too.
And Gozy gonna be ducking the Sufis on the west side because he know he got his kids some gifts.
Y'all know why Tariq Nasheed really separated from Ados though, right? Y'all know the real reason why he separated?
We listening. Go ahead.
Yvette wouldn't
he went
give
after Yvette Carnell and Tone went after our girl. They went after Malcolm X.
You talking about the Black ISIS papers, Francis Cress Wells. But that's not why. That's not why though. That's not why.
You said no, that's not why.
Yeah, that ain't the reason, but that's not why. Yeah.
I mean, that's what started him beefing with him, though, right?
I don't know if that's what began, but they didn't like him being a part of it in the beginning because of who he is. Like they knew who Tariq Nasheed was before he got involved. You feel me?
Oh, okay. I missed that element. Okay, you could be.
Yeah,
right.
but I tell you, the whole thing was like, I'll tell you, he tried to throw parties in the name of. He's like, yo, if they had an event set up, Tariq Nasheed had an event a month before them. He's like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, that's mad, man. Y'all can't see that, bro. Come on, man. He took that. He was like, I'm taking this. Come on, man.
Remember, it was COVID. COVID was about to hit. It was COVID time. And he's still doing it. They pushed it back because of COVID. Tariq Nasheed like, yeah, let me get in there. Let me get in.
Yeah, he did his doing COVID. He was down here in Atlanta. Remember, yo?
COVID. Yeah, doing COVID.
They COVID, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it doing COVID. Yeah, I remember that. Everybody had a big event. Had what's the crazy Judge Mathis. You had Professor James Smalls. You had a lot of people. I was there. Sonetta was there. Garfield. We was all there. Yo, it was packed.
Yeah.
I was thinking. I say it's not respond. I bet you it was a super spreader event. Yo, want to make a bet?
I'm down there passing.
It was, yo. This was in the thick of COVID, yo. Listen to me, man.
I remember.
Yo, this is the thick of COVID, yo. Yo, they tried to space the chairs a little bit. It was packed. I was like, oh, you can see the COVID floating in the air, yo.
Nigga, they got food passing around. What the food do? How you get food during COVID? All the people in there breathing over.
Oh my God, yo. It was there, yo.
Yeah. Hey, I remember this. I remember that.
But Tariq is slick though, because
man, we got a problem with the information.
Listen, he came up with something pseudo, and then he put like a real cause behind it. You know, trying to get reparations. He put a real.
No, he wasn't, yo. He wanted to do what he doing, yo. Come on, you can see the trade. Here you go. Shalimbre says he might be wrong about African Americans having shorter telomeres. Studies show they were actually longer but shrink faster. Oh man. I got you, Sosa. He didn't get me out.
No, his explanation of epigenetics was on point.
But you figured what the telomere is?
Huh?
You faded with the telomeres? You don't agree with the telomeres?
I'm not sure. I have to
He was
I
saying
have to
that was
look it up.
based off that, but he put it all together.
No, that was example he used to give evidence of
Bad example.
epigenetics. Yeah.
Bad example there. Anyway, that's why I keep an eye on Aston, African teacher. I keep my eye on him, close looking at him, man. Close looking at him, man. Appreciate that, Chilimbe. All right, so yeah, we got a little bit of time left up in here, man. I'm gonna drop that cash app, see what we doing here. Keep it going, man. All right. Oh man.
So what our brother think about FBA and Tariq? What was he gonna say about it?
Yeah, but I'm out, y'all. Peace, everybody. I'm gone.
All right, man. Appreciate you, yo.
Peace
All
and
right, so
love.
so when we gonna crash out, man?
Shit, I might do it this Thursday. Day after Christmas, I might crash out.
Crash out, yeah.
Day after Christmas, crash out
Crash out
Thursday.
after Christmas, man. By humbug, bro.
Christmas crash out, baby. All right, appreciate it.
Hey, who we going with that game, yo? With the Texans and the Ravens, what we doing?
Y'all
What you
should
going
be
with?
Where they playing at,
I should be the Ravens. I got up root for the Ravens. I need Lamar to win MVP, man.
Texas. Oh yeah, you got that money on the line with that.
Yeah, I'm biased, bro.
Yeah, I think he chipped away at it, yo, with that win in Pittsburgh, though.
Yeah. He need 5 touchdowns. This 5 touchdown passes, man. Run 2 or something. You know what I mean? And then the old boy have another terrible game like he did.
Somebody,
yo. Got Reggie in the building, man.
Brother Reggie, happy holiday, Reg.
Hey, yeah, but I'm
man,
gone.
like, subscribe. All right, man. Like and subscribe, man, to Brother Reggie's
got
channel,
Reggie
man.
Dr. Reggie.
African TV. That's Brother Reggie right there.
Shout out to Brother Reggie. Reggie Ogden. Always good to listen to Brother Reggie.
Hey, Cuban Crisis. Yo, we beat them down. They got beat down and broken down, bro. Broken down to the very last compound. See how it sounds? Beat the brakes off.
A little bit radical. Some people like to use the word dramatical.
Dramatical. See, it's all about them Eagles, huh? Eagles got lucky. Yeah, they caught us. We was tired at the end of the season. We was tired. When we had the latest buy in the league, yo. She was a little bit worried and barely beat us. It's okay. I ain't mad at y'all, man. Oh, you from Cincinnati? Oh man, you went to Cincinnati?
Yeah, they coming after you in the chat, huh?
They
throwing all kinds of
hating on Lamar, the marvelous. Everybody hating on Axon Jackson. Y'all know what it is. You know what it is, man. He doing his thing. Y'all know what it is. All right, man. We
going all the way this year.
Huh?
Yeah, he going all the way this year. Yeah.
I don't know who made that documentary on Haiti was good, man. That was a decent one from Tariq.
Sure. I don't know.
Ooh, Reggie.
He did a documentary on Haiti.
Reggie
I don't know. We can find out though. It takes us 5 minutes to find out though.
The 1804.
Yeah, 1804 I didn't think was bad.
I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So this must have been, but was this before he was doing the FBA? Because that's the kind of stuff they trip about. Why is he doing a documentary on my ethnic group?
Yeah, that was before the FBA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a little bit. Let me see.
But you know what? Tariq got a bad. He put a bad taste in everybody's mouth because he started talking about that delineation stuff, and he's he want to separate from all outside groups. He called them tethers, So that's kind of like what put him in bad light with everybody.
What's the name of the one you talking about? 18 what?
1804. Is that about the Haitian Revolution?
Damn, man. Let me see. You got the Hidden Colors. You got the Untold History of People. Aboriginal. That's the pseudo documentary. The Trump. The what? The Trump of Melanin. I know that's pseudo. I know he did the pseudo. The Rules of Racism. The Religion of White Supremacy. The Art of Black Warfare. All right, that's the Hidden Color story. That ain't the All right, hold on. Y'all want to find out about the? Let me go to it. Bug breaking.
What you think about that one, oh?
Nah, come on. I ain't doing it. I ain't even look at that one. I was like, I ain't looking at that. What you thought about it? Huh?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't do no research on it, but I mean, it's plausible. You know, like his premises was like Europeans use the male on male sexual assault as a way
Oh man.
to break the spirit of the strong African on the plantation.
Well, they
Man.
definitely emasculate black men in the media and yeah, publicly. I'm not trying to be pseudo, but I can just point to just obvious signs, you know. So there's some merit to that idea, but I don't know about the whole. I don't know
I
how
don't
in
know.
depth he goes.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm.
Me neither. Like I said, I didn't research it. I didn't even find the energy to research it, to be honest.
Well, you not think that they try to soften the image of masculine black men to be more palatable? You don't think that's valid?
It's conceivable. It's conceivable to
I
me
mean,
anyway.
okay, you take somebody like what's the actor's name, Jonathan Majors, and I'm not trying to throw no shot at that brother, but he by default he got a masculine hood look to him, and they put that dude in pink and all of this kind of stuff. Not, I don't know if that brother is
I
really
don't
like
know.
that
You
in real
reaching
life.
now. You going to Hollywood, man.
I mean, how am I reaching? If I ain't make this up, I ain't this ain't AI generated. You got a lot of masculine dudes. They be like, well, make us less scared of you.
But money
Make
though.
yourself
I
smart.
mean, everybody do stuff for money, man, that they normally wouldn't do, right?
I'm
You know what
saying
I'm
the
saying?
image of masculine black men just historically has used to make white people afraid of us, even where it
Okay, so
wasn't
what about the
warranted.
white men that play war dresses? What about that? What's that
I
for?
mean, if they listen, if they ethnic group is more accepting, but in our ethnic group, we're not as I would say we're still the most masculine kind of people. Because when I talk to white people, they tell me that they always envision us being the kind of people that we don't want them to portray us as like hyper predator type dudes, and they always look at us as the kind of dudes that have snatched their women from them.
That's a racist trope right there, man.
It's
I ain't
racist,
snatched
but
nobody from women.
that's their mindset. Like, look, I'm from Chicago, right? So Emmett Till is like a legend here, and I mean like Legend of Sleepy Hollow type legend. He's a story that is taught. A 14-year-old boy, because you know how some boys are kind of big for their age, but we still say that he's a baby at 14. Well, their minds took a rumor and made it true, meaning whether he said anything to that lady in Mississippi or not, their mind thought, well, this is a growing male. And in my mind, this dude is a predator and he did that. And you see what they did to our people all the time? They would always take it an extra step and cut off our manhood and kill us in a way where they making it like we the worst thing out here, like we some wild animal. So I do think that they do try to soften our image and make us less threatening to them. Some kind of thing in their head. Yeah.
Yeah. So the museum actually promotes pseudo historical narratives. There you have it. There you go. We'll put it right there. There
Yeah,
you
I know
have it,
they
ladies
look
and
for
gentlemen.
ways to demonize us in any way that they can. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I wouldn't overlook what you're saying, bro. But I mean, I don't know how much credence to put on it.
Well, I'm just saying when I delve back into history and I'm like looking at how we portrayed, and then when I talk occasionally with non-black people, some of that stuff is still perpetuated in their minds about us and how they react to us. It's just maybe us black people don't be realizing we trying to be regular amongst them, and they still trying to be looking at us as like an enemy they got to dispatch. So I would never completely leave that out of the back of my mind. I mean, historically, we are their enemy.
Well, man, here we go. Man, we've been here for a minute, man. I got to get that cooking going, man, for tomorrow, man. Get started early. I don't know about nothing about that.
All right, my brothers. Hey, two good shows, man.
Yeah,
Doing your
man.
thing, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah.
BK's in the building, man.
You getting it
Y'all have a
in.
good holiday tomorrow. Enjoy your time with your family. I catch y'all on the next one Thursday.
All right, man. You know we be here, man. We gonna be full as a tick looking at the Ravens, man. Tomorrow.
Yes,
That's what we're
sir.
gonna be doing,
All
bro,
right,
I
man.
catch
peace
You
and
y'all.
love
Hey,
to
Yeah.
hey,
y'all.
man, to the chat, man. 87 people in the chat, man. Y'all better hit that Discord.
yeah,
Y'all
man.
miss some good conversations in that Discord.
Yeah, y'all missing that upscale learning.
Right, yeah. You might not
High
like it,
level,
but at
Yeah,
least
high
you'll learn.
altitude gamma learning.
All right,
yeah.
family. I'm out,
All right,
man.
man. Hey, man, I
All right,
appreciate
peace and
everybody
love.
coming through, man. Hit that link going out the door, man.
Body banger from the block, seen it all raw tough. Streets of Baltimore where survival's always rough. Joined the Marines fighting for a life he could save. But back in the hood, he felt like a runaway slave. Started an army, not of guns but of wisdom. I'm a rock squad, truth the anthem, we ain't just a God killer. Bobby Banger on his path for the truth. Empower the people, give them wisdom as the proof. Black power rising, knowledge shines like a light. He's fighting for the future, ready to ignite. Selling drugs on the corner just to put food on plates, but deep in his heart, he knew he had greater fates. From the traps to the lab, he fights ignorance raw, teaching evolution while shaking up the law. The real black atheist is changing the game, waking up minds, never the same. God killer Bobby Banger.
Man, I want y'all to enjoy your families tonight, man. Spend that precious time, man. Everybody is off from work, sitting back, get yourself some eggnog, man. Get your little sip, whatever you drinking, whatever you smoking, man. Enjoy your family, man. They got the time off, man. Don't be a hater, man. Enjoy the kids, right? Enjoy your girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy life sometimes. Sit back, kick your feet up, man. Enjoy living. Always stay focused on your goals and what you want to do, man. We're moving into a new year, man. Don't do the same things you did last year, this year, man. Should always be moving towards progression. Food, clothing, and shelter and protection, that has always been essential in human societies, man. Stay away from that pseudo information, man. Stay away from that misinformation to take away and rob you from your authentic history. Pseudo historical history robs you from your history, robs indigenous peoples of their voice, robs the African American of real choices and understanding. Because if it is something for us to understand in our ancient cultures and societies, we want to know the real deal. You make up something, then you miss the lesson. Man, I appreciate everybody, man. I'm your host, the God Killer, man. You know what it is, man. We representing African atheists, real black atheists, those who just don't believe. Man, I appreciate everybody, man. We got some experts coming through, some surprises, man, for y'all, man. And with that, man, appreciate you, man. Join the server. Hit the links, like and subscribe. We're getting them subscribers up, man. And with that, Black African Power, family.